How's the kids? Hello. Oh my God, how are we all doing? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Hopefully it was a good weekend. You know, I hope it was both enjoyable, fulfilling to you as a human being, and just downright raucous, you know? Why not? Why not? It can be all of these things, you know? I hope you found your true self this weekend, chat. That's what I hope. I hope you sat in a windowsill looking out onto a river with a duck. I hope you held in two hands, kind of like a Hallmark movie. You held a steaming cup of something and you sipped away at it just ever so slightly as you took in a real deep breath. Come on, breathe with me now, chat. Breathe with and then you looked out and everything made sense. Suddenly everything made sense. You know? I hope that happened for you this weekend, you know? I hope that was your weekend experience. If it wasn't, well, the week will be better. Oh my God. Forward momentum, chat. Forward momentum. So whether or not you were at home looking at a duck in a river, holding a cup of hot something, or not, I hope it was a good weekend. And how goes it? Hello, Tiger. Howdy, chat. Howdy, lurkers. Howdy, VOD watchers. Howdy, Nap. Hello, hi, Grant. Hi, MJ. Oh my God. Also, yes, they are correct. Daylight saving time just happened for me. So now my time has moved by an hour. Gabagoo. Also, yo, hello, Edward. How do? Oh my God, yo, Morty. Hello. Oh my God, and Clara, the gang's all here. Good gravy. I hope y'all are doing well. It was definitely a rocky weekend. Had a fire drill at 5:45 a.m. yesterday, and that was cooling through my entire day off. Have you considered not doing that? I think it's gonna throw your sleep schedule off if you schedule your fire drills for 5:45 in the morning. That seems, MJ, that seems peculiar. I can't imagine you would want to schedule it at that time. But you know, I guess some people just like to randomly schedule their fire drills, you know? I mean, listen. I would almost never schedule a fire drill at 5:45 in the morning. But, you know, to each their own. Then again, I suppose I could also say that almost never is an interesting concept. Don't you think? I thought so. Oh my God, what a tie-in. What a great segue. I'm so cool. Good Lord. I went to a club in a VR chat and there was a DJ with great energy. I danced in public for the first time. Well, dancing is being generous. More like flailing still. It was really fun. Dancing is just flailing with style, you know? That sounds awesome, dude. Congrats. That sounds genuinely like a really fun time. Lurking while I'm making din din. But what are you making? What are you making? That's the important question. That or someone pulled the alarm, but 5 fire trucks pulled up a twiddle their thumbs 50 minutes. So, okay, someone pulled an alarm. Fire trucks don't normally show up to drills. Just so we're clear. Oh my God. Or at least they don't normally where I am. Yo, Loki, how do? I hope your day was awesome. My day's been fantastic. A day like any other? Not so. It's been a fantastic day for a whole host of reasons. Not the least of which was because I got a free hot dog. Listen, there I was getting some street meat, and you know, I decided, because I was like, well, you know, I want to get a hot dog, because I did for lunch. But then the card reader broke, and I didn't have cash, and they didn't demand cash, and they said, you know what, take it, because they were freeing up anyway. And I was like, life is so good. Life is worth living. Oh my God, in that moment I saw God, and his name was Hot Dog. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. I read a sad fanfic again. Yo, DreamSP6910, thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. And I'm trying to plague my friends. Why are you trying to plague your friends though? So that you shan't suffer alone. I mean, you know, misery loves company, John Jad. Misery loves company. Also, shut off. Ow, no. They didn't have any rush to them, so they just sat around and had to wake up at 5:45 a.m. I mean, that's kind of devastating. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, green guy, dude, what's up, man? Long time no see. Ow, dude. Hello. Oh my God, source is Canadian, but I did date a fire alarm technician for a while. Fire trucks do not show up to drills in most places. Typically, you have a technician for that. Oh, okay. Source is... Cite your source. His source is Canada, Your Honor. Oh my god. Buongiorno. I'll do, Azalea. Oh my god. Hello. Oh no, why Fall Cry? Fall Cry, no! Oh man. I think he appreciates the follow. Of course I appreciate the follow. Why would I not? Why would I not? Devastating news. Devastating news. I'm good, Napoleon. How are you? I'm fantastic. I was just talking about how I got a free hot dog today. It was great. Life is good. Life and the world are good. It provided for me, you know? I felt like Baloo the bear from the Jungle Book, because the bare necessities of life, baby, they came to me. They came to me. Yeah, you like that? You like that reference? Good lord. Oh my god. Misery loves company, and I need someone to talk to about it. Fanfic's a Passerine, one of the two, and it's absolutely amazing. I purposely want my friends to read it because they need to read that masterpiece. Oh, well, bug, dude, that sounds fun. I mean, sad but fun, because you said it was sad, but yeah. Free hot dog. I know, right? I was amped about it. I was genuinely so pleased. Life was so good. I was just genuine. I was like, man. Well, because like he's like, I was gonna pay for it with card, and like effectively like I swiped and it just didn't take, and he was just like, my machine broke, and I was like, no, but he had already made the dog, and had like specialty options on it. So then he was like, do you got any cash? And I was like, no. And then he was like, take it, kid. And I was like, sick, life is good. And I just told him I'd get him back next time, because I've been there before. It's not like I totally didn't know him, but I don't go there often enough, so I'm like, Oh my good gracious. I'm on the metro right now. My train doesn't come for 15 minutes. Simply call it earlier. That's all you gotta do. Simply call your train to come earlier. Is that so hard? Is that so difficult? I don't think so. Simply make them come earlier. I'm in business, Misery. Let's take it to the top. She got a body like an hourglass. What? Man, wait, isn't that a song by, yeah, speaking of bodies. Isn't that a song by Adam Levine? Mads is just out here like, man, your body, they're blowing my mind, or whatever he said. What did he say? It was astounding? What did he call it? What did he call it in that day? Oh my god. Problem is when you forget the train's phone number. That's true though. That's so true, King. You forget the phone number and then suddenly you're just left there dancing on your own. That's another song by someone. I don't know who. I've never learned. I just know that they often tried to force that song into any like school social that we had. They were like, I was like, we're like, well, I won't say how old I was, but like, it was, like, I was like, I don't think anybody here is old enough to relate to this idea of a concept of a song, but sure, whatever you say, man. Plans for today? Oh, buddy boy. We got big plans. Big plans. Most notably, distracting me from all that's going on in the world. I mean, on the one hand, vote. But on the other hand, good God, do I need just a break from that. So, we're going to be expanding the road systems because, you know, infrastructure is really important to the Empire. We're also going to continue some work onto the actual little side street that I began building down there. Adding another little shop. And then we might see about doing a bit more work on one Mr. David's little basement. No, Millie. So, you know, it's gonna be a little things like that, and then also I'm gonna do some more mining for copper. Probably I'm gonna try to get some more copper going because I need just so much copper. First and foremost, I'm gonna put the quartz that I have away. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've been on the hardcore world. It's been well over a week. Good lord, why? What did I do to you, man? I didn't do nothing. Which one of you guys did this? Oh, but I'm so good at this game. Nobody can beat me. Oh, I'm so fast. I'm so cool. I'm such a quick draw. Yeah. Okay, well, I may have missed that one. But now I'm all good. Oh, good, great. It was me. I believe it. I could totally see a green guy doing this to me. a green menace, so to speak. Oh my god, yo, headshots. I know, right? I'm like one of them old Call of Duty videos. It says slam me to the I don't know, some random 2000 song, and then have me like 360 no scope, you know? I could never really do the 360 no scope, I'll be honest. I was never good at Call of Duty. I mean, in fairness, my only ever attempts at playing Call of Duty may or may not have been you know, on the Wii, but you know, anyway, that's not important though. Don't focus on that bit. But yeah, I feel attacked by that description. What do you mean attacked by that description? Have you not seen the Call of Duty things? They were like a huge part of the internet for a while. Only true way to play Call of Duty. So true, King. So true. I thought I was so cool. Oh my god. I wasn't allowed any of the other consoles. They were too violent, and I was told no. You need to get a remote gun extension for Avatar. I did though. I had the little like thing that you could put the like Wii remote into, and the nunchuck, and then oh, it was so cool. It was so sick. I was amped. I washed so many cars to get that. Like, oh man, because I saved up and then eventually was able to go get it from like GameStop or whatever. It was awesome. I don't even know if it was no, it was Walmart. I think I went to Walmart. Good gravy. But yeah, and I did it all secretly because my parents just assumed no violent games could exist on the Wii, and I was like, you're so true, King. So true. Nothing violent is ever gonna be on the Wii. It's the Wii, man. It's Nintendo. Very, very unviolent, you know? Did any of you ever have to like make a presentation to your parents about why you wanted something and why you should be allowed to buy it? Is that just me? Is that just a me thing? Am I weird? Is that did anybody else have to like come forward with like a full-on like yes, and as you can see in the third quarter of my life, and moving into the fourth fiscal year, we can see that in fact I do benefit immensely, educationally even, from having this game. You know? Oh man, I just had to accept that. Oh no, it was oftentimes no. I just felt it was more likely gonna happen if I actually made the presentation to go along with it. Which I don't know how much it did or didn't affect things, but it would almost never work without the presentation, you know? Or a Call of Duty professional. Let's go! Send me to Worlds, boys! Send me to Worlds! Oh my god. I found Epic Mickey too much when I was younger, to be honest. You know what? Valid. I didn't even put my quartz away. I am an idiot. I meant to put the quartz away first, and then I wanted to get the wheat, because then I wanted to breed some cows. I was like, what? How? There's no... I whipped around like I'm gonna see a creeper in the water, like going like, I'm here for you. Good lord. Why? I thought I was safe now. My little nightmare is over. Please. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I went through water and then was like, my god, there is a creeper behind me. So true, noise. Good lord. I'm suing, man. I don't know who I'm suing, but I'm suing someone, I swear. This is endangerment or something. I don't know exactly what. You know, it's a hate crime, because I hate it. Every time I hate it. Oh my god. I asked for a Wii when I was younger. My parents just make a toilet joke. Oh my god. Oh no, see that's the thing. Fun fact. So I think I got a Wii. I think I don't know what year it was. It was not the year it came out. It was years after it came out. It was like just before the Wii U comes into it, and that's the first time I was ever allowed a console of any sort. And the amount of effort and convincing I had to put into my arguments. Like looking back, it's funny, but I'm just like, good gravy, man. I really had to like give it my all just to get a Wii. And then like in hindsight, I'm just like, man, it wasn't even like a really relevant console. I mean, it was still deeply relevant, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying like it was meant to be getting replaced soon. Like PS, I think like 4 and stuff was about to come out and get announced, and then it was like the beginning of the next console generation. I was like, please, I just want the old person entertainment system that's in every retirement home. It was devastating. It was devastating. Yo, not a holy Dorito. Holy Tostitos! I just asked and it was yes and no, but my parents were big on giving my brother and I a vanilla prepaid Visa. Wait, what? So we could make our own independent financial decisions, so it wasn't like a $20 Steam gift card, but we could use it where we wanted. It's actually how I paid for Minecraft back in the day. See, I always hated those, because well, fun fact, that's how I got Smite God Pack originally, if anybody here plays Smite, back when it was still in beta. But I hated those because they took my money, because even if, like, with every purchase, it would, like, charge, and then also, if you didn't use all the money on it, it would just eventually take it away, and I was like, what? I remember learning that and I was devastated, and that was my introduction as a wee boy into the idea of like credit card companies. My mom let me play the most anything rated M games. Actually, I actually didn't play an M game until I was over 18. Huh. Go figure. Do you feel better adjusted? My uncle offered us an Xbox, but my dad said no. I didn't get a phone until high school. Oh, well, see, that's also a mood. Yeah, I also did not get a phone. It was devastating. Everybody else, I remember everybody else had phones and like stuff like that when I was in like middle school, and I was like, no, please. And then even when, I don't even know how they got their hands on it. I swear to God, the first phone that I was ever like allowed, I don't know how anybody got their hands on it. Because I'm like, this thing is like a relic. No offense to anybody else who had this kind of thing, but like just at the time I was getting it, I was like, this thing's a relic. Like I was clowned, man. It was devastating. In some ways, I mean, I was like, maybe I just shouldn't have gone. I remember at the time being like, man, I wish I just never got a phone at all, which is so like ungrateful in like hindsight. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those dumb things as like a really small kid type thing that you're like, well, I guess high schooler, but anyway, it was like a slide phone, and I was like, how does that even work, man? Like, I mean, in some ways, that tactile keyboard, not terrible, because it did mean that I could text under my desk a lot easier. Nobody tell my parents that. I mean, what are they gonna do at this point? I moved. I don't even live there anymore. I remember one of the first conversations I had after going to res. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just not gonna I remember I bought myself a cake for dinner. It was not a good move. I like first week of university, cake for dinner. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a god now. Nothing can stop me. Nap, I'm gonna cry. That was my first phone on I don't know where they got it was all. I just didn't know those were still like sold. Because at that point, I think like you were already on multiple iterations of iPhones and Samsung like Galaxies and stuff like that. So like I was just like, I didn't even know a non-smartphone was still like purchasable. So I was like, how did you get your hands on this? Where did you go? What Radio Shack did you uncover? Like, what Radio Shack did you uncover to get this from? Like, oh, there. I was like, why is that the wrong? But anyway, I remember it just blew my mind at the time. Classy. My very first phone is when I started high school. It was a 5S. It was 5 years to the end of school. Buys the oldest phone at the shop. I mean, fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not a proponent of getting like the newest iPhone or anything like that. I don't buy iPhones at all. I personally, that's right. I'm a plebeian, I guess. I don't know. Some people believe that. I buy Samsung personally. Not sponsored. I wish. Good lord. But no, I've never gotten that, and I'm not a proponent of buying like the newest phone. I think that's dumb, in my opinion. I just think that's silly. Buying like the current newest phone. I'm just like, especially because they really haven't innovated. Like, neither company realistically has innovated in eons, but also Samsung has been, in my opinion, the better technological phone for like a hot minute. It has been a while since Apple has been like a better, it's just a brand you're buying into, in my opinion. But anyway, I mean, buy what you want, I don't really care. But what I was gonna say though was, what was I gonna say? Something. Slide phones were smartphones? No, they're slide phones. They're not smartphones. Smartphones are like touch screens and like, you know, you can actually have like an app store. I had I had the option of BlackBerry back when I got my first phone. That name rings a bell. That name rings a bell. I feel like, isn't that the government phone? Isn't that like the government phone of people? I swear to God, it's like a phone that like government agencies have. Are you a nut? Oh my God. Android Squad. See, somebody gets it. Oh man. Let's go on the train. Yo, moving on up. Moving on up in the world, Stu. Moving on up. Apple doesn't innovate and hasn't in years. Oh yeah, absolutely. They just do not innovate. They are all about being a brand with brand loyalty, and like the purpose of Apple at this point is to create a, for lack of a better word, a class divide of just like, oh, you can't afford Apple, broke. And it's like, what? Why would I spend like hundreds of extra dollars for a phone that is worse, technologically speaking, worse than the one that I could get from, anyway, I digress. BlackBerry was a big business phone because it was the first one to have a full keyboard, but it was Canadian. Huh. Wait, Canada has its own phone companies? Like, you guys have independent, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I feel like I know it because I think it was featured. Was it in House of Cards? I feel like it was in House of Cards. I could be wrong, but anyway, got OS though. I don't care about that. Oh man, I use my phone till I die to get the newest, so it lasts long as possible. Camera quality is awful on the Android. No, actually, it's been real. Yeah, on Samsung, it's been like solid for years. That's Apple propaganda at this point. I swear to God, like they literally had, I remember the iPhone like 3 years ago, whatever iPhone 1 like came out 3 years ago or whatever, it actually had a worse camera than the Samsung of that same year, and people were still sad. I was like, literally Samsung has a better camera at this point, and then Apple like put more money into that. But yeah, because Apple's been coasting off the back of the movie Her for so long, which is what gave it originally like the idea of like, oh, it's such a great camera, because Her was like a movie that was Oscar-nominated movie, all shot on an iPhone, which was a really interesting niche idea for its time. But like, good gravy, is it not useful at this point? I think that was shot on like an iPhone 9, maybe maybe like an iPhone 10, I forget. Please, can you re-add the big game action redemption? I don't know, man. I kind of love not having it. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of been nice. Like, I understand. I'm still mulling it over because I kind of enjoy not having it, having that absolutely obliterate me. Especially because I always it almost always got used whenever like a raid happened, and like it just immediately killed retention to like, oh, it's a raid, what are you doing? Apparently standing here for 5 minutes and doing nothing else. So I don't know. I think for some time, like, I'll occasionally add it back when it's gonna be like a challenge day. Like when I'm gonna do a day that's like the challenge is that like the challenge of the day will be like, oh, but can you survive when we can ban in-game actions? Like, I'll probably do like a stream someday that's like speed runs, but with challenges like that. Her came out long before the 9 or 10. Oh, did it? I have no. Was it an iPhone like 5? When did Her come out anyway? Like, I know it's an older movie. Like at this point, oh my god, it must have come out in like. Did it come out in like 2011? Why does that feel right? I feel like it came out in 2011, and I remember because it was like the meme on the playground was because the guy fell in love with his phone. It works internet connection. It's a good phone. Yeah, I mean, honestly, valid. Genuinely good. Genuine W take. Common green guy W. Common green guy W. Oh my god. I've returned. Welcome back. Your distraction now, school trouble getting to you? Oh no, there's something happening tomorrow on the 8th, that's all. Just a little thing, just a little, you know, just a thing. Just a tiny little thing that may or may not have me a little stressed, that's all. Just a little thing. 2013 and the 5. Yeah. I've watched it 2 years ago now, I guess. I watched it 2 years ago. Why'd you have to remind? I'm sorry. Listen. Yeah, how do you think I feel? Oh my god. I'll take that. Good. Oh my god. Wait, I'm sorry. What? He called a slide phone. It's not a smartphone. I swear to you, it's not. You know what helps with stress? Oh my god, so true, King. So true. One second, let me bring him up. Also, I will say, because it's the only thing I want to say about it, just for the only thing today, and then I really don't want to think about it. If you can vote. I don't care if you think it's not going to do anything. I don't care if you're like, there is some districts in 2018 that were lost by 12 votes. Jesus Christ! I thought it was Galbar, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, that's real. Oh no, I was too busy with my democratic ideals. Oh jeez. Oh my god. My democratic ideals, they got in the way. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, yeah, just vote. I don't care. I don't care if you think it's not gonna do anything. It like, there's some districts that were lost by 12 votes only, and just genuinely, it's your civic. In the words of Hank Green, it is like literally the butt wiping of like hygiene. Basically, is the same kind of level of like democratic involvement that is. It's like the most base thing. So what I was gonna say is just vote. I don't care who you vote for. I mean, obviously I have opinions, but like, just vote because it's important to vote, you know? That's all. But anyway, good lord, I need to repair that now. Oh my god. I wouldn't consider every phone that accessible a smartphone. Oh yeah, no, for me, like, a smartphone's literally like touch screen and has an app store and internet capabilities and like a bunch of other things. I don't know. Did you not have a touchscreen for like slide phone that was totally smartphone? I'm so. Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Get obliterated. The screen's paused. I've been back in the chat reading. Hi. Currently doing data analysis and I'll change what to leave. Don't baby, just use a command. Leave. I mean, I'm just not gonna bother with the command. I just don't know what that is. Is that IRL mob vote? Yeah, exactly. It's did that creeper? Huh? Wait, what? There was a creeper, right? There was a creeper that blew me off to there. Like, I managed to jump away, so I took almost no damage from it, but blew me into the air and then I fell. And it only did 2 blocks of damage? What? Is that allowed? Is that possible? Don't gaslight gatekeep girl boss me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare try to gaslight me here. Oh no, I haven't voted. That's tomorrow. You're correct. It is tomorrow. I mean, there's advanced polling, but like, yes, my only statement on it is about tomorrow. Just go vote tomorrow. It's very important you do, no matter who you are, or, well, I mean, assuming that you're in a place where an election's happening. But if you live in any of the 50, like, if you live in any of the 50 states of the United States of America, then you can vote tomorrow. There's a place. But anyway, I digress. I don't want to think about it again. I have had a long weekend. It's been a lot. Anyway, moving right along, because this is meant to be a distraction. Creeper hits twice. Didn't you notice? You're lying to me. I can see what's redeemed, and there's only one of those being redeemed. Ugh. Well, yeah, but Puerto Rico is technically not a state. It's a territory. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if they want to, then they should be a state. That's a long thing. I don't want to get into that. That's like gets in a whole bunch of like, do they want to, do they not? There's two parties. There's two groups. I mean, within their within that system. Andesite. Area. Come on. There we go. Andesite, baby. You've never done it before? Well, you know, just because it's worth saying, I will say, there is if you want to know how to vote, there's sites called like voting.com and stuff like that expressly explain it. But if you want it from, and I don't even say this as a meme, somebody like as a smart resource for every single state, Hank Green has a literal YouTube channel that's not his main channel, that's like dedicated to just literally telling you how every single state, like how to vote and what to do and where to go kind of thing. So like, find your state, etc. Figure it out that way. There's sliding keyboards. I had one. No, I disagree. Those aren't smartphones. Those are slide phones. Those are different. It's a slide phone. Listen, they're like a relic of the past, man. I don't mean it in a mean way. I understand that's like what you grew up with, but like, my point is just it was an old phone. I just said the whole thing about moving on. I just wasn't sure. No. Literally, don't worry about me saying. I say I'm moving on from a lot of things a lot of time. I also say I'm finishing Dave's house a lot. It's just when it comes to telling people like how to find out about the information, I do not mind that at all. That's totally worth it. I genuinely. Voter apathy is what people count on. Certain people, certain parties count on to have things happen. I understand it can seem like a pain. It can be a lot. Sometimes it feels very much like it won't do anything, especially when you're in like really red areas or whatever. But genuinely, it is the thing they want you to do is to not like the thing the things that certain parties in this country want you to do is to just simply stay home and not vote. Youth turnout is low, and they count on that. They know that can be the case, and they're like, oh boy, now we don't have to worry about caring what younger generations want, etc. So I encourage you to look into resources, make sure like that you can vote, and then vote. But that's my point, is like in places like that, like I'll put it this way, certain states that came within 12 votes of turning blue. 12! So never feel like your vote does not matter. It absolutely does. People want you to believe it does not, but it does. I digress. Literally has abortion. Yes, also, yes, things like Roe v. Wade are on, like abortion rights and stuff like that are on the ballot. Questions about like changes to certain things. Like this, voting is the most like basic but also important thing you can do. Like if there's anything you do in life as like a citizen is something like you should do and like should value as a person, even when it feels like it doesn't always do much, it does a lot. Because even if the person you voted for doesn't win, the fact that they will have on their polls, or even if you go and spoil your ballot, like if you go and just check like none, or like you don't want it to be, you're counted as having been a person in the younger age group having voted, which gives poll analysis numbers to people running to say, oh, maybe I should care about the younger generation, because they don't know what you're voting for. They just know you showed up. And the idea that you showed up at all proves that you care enough to at least do that, and that means you're a vote on the table. That means that there's a possibility that they need to care what you have to say, what you think, and what you want. And that's what's important. The more you know. This has been your civics lesson that I don't want to harp on too much, because I know it's both a topic, like, I mean, a lot of you know that I could talk about this kind of topic all the live long day, but I also know that it's a topic that I'm sure a lot of people have anxiety around, especially right now, so I don't want to hammer on it too much for tonight. But yeah. Yo, break it! Out down! Don't have a situation like that where half the eligible population voted but still managed to give government party majority. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. I like so many different elections. Also, in terms of like civics, a lot of people don't seem to realize like house elections, like federally speaking, house elections and senatorial elections are arguably more important than even presidential elections, and should be treated as more important by most people. But then also like municipal and governor election, like I shouldn't get into it. Oh my god. Apology. I have a lot I could say, and I know that I am with background on the subject and could speak to it from an actual like point of view, but it's just probably not what I should do is all. But anyway, because also who needs to listen to an emperor on subjects like this? You know what I mean? Naps, you don't get enough building done for all this hammering. Oh my god. Do y'all know whether or not Yorkshire pudding should turn into a thin piece of edible egg flavored I feel like not. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Green Guy might know. I could be wrong, but Green Guy might know if he's still here. Or Gred might know. I think they're British. I have no idea. I'm like 90% sure. Anyway, Nap, have you been stressed? You know what I made this week? I made cupcakes. I made bread. I made cupcakes and bread. And then I brought a bunch of cupcakes to never mind who I brought those to. And then and then I also made a pizza, and also I made little biscuits, which were really nice. And then yeah, that's been fun. I think I might make cinnamon rolls after stream today. It's not really an egg flavor. Oh no. Don't take yeah, also don't take pics of your ballot. One second, sorry, I just got a message. Apologies if it was from anybody else, I would ignore it, but I just saw who it's from, so I was like, what do they need? Anyway, sorry. Did I miss something? What might I know? Oh, whether or not Yorkshire pudding should be egg-like in their taste and flavor. Nap trying to get... No, wouldn't you like to know? Malune. Non, étoile. Mon petit chou-fleur. Oh, no, nothing like that. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what was I doing? Who are you people? If your ballot is found online, it's invalidated. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, do not post. It's like literally meant to be anonymous in terms of like who's voting on what. But anyway, I don't need to know as an empath. Dave, an empath, sensing something wrong. Me in the nether, on fire. Oh my god. So goofy and boring and personal info. Yeah, just told my mom just to come down to house and eat his food. Bro, I need someone to. Are you kidding me? I can't eat the amount of carbs that I generate. I make so many carbohydrates. My god, so like I just like I'll make pizzas and then have to call people. I'll be like, please come. Like I'm like I got a new rat. Like okay, so I don't know if I broke that grass. I thought it was a creeper. I don't know if I've told you guys this. I had the biggest Napoleon W of my life the other week, where I got, after years, I got my friend's Nona. I got her ravioli recipe. Oh, I'm excited. But yeah, I am so amped to be able to make that. But I'll like make pasta and stuff like that. I'll have to like give to people. Just hawk it, like just be like, please take it. I'm begging you. Why? Why do you hate me, man? Nap stress baked me some chocolate chip muffins, like one with chocolate chips, pretty pleased. Oh, I made banana chocolate chip muffins on Thursday. I had some bananas that I had to get through. I made banana chocolate chip. They're pretty good. They turned out all right. It's like a really simple. It's like one that like I don't have to think about when I'm making. It's just one I've made like a million times. So I'm just like, easy enough. Those kind of recipes I like because you can just literally, you know, like blast things out like it's nothing. One person stress bought ingredients, one person bacon, one person stress ate, one person stress clean. My god, all 4 parts to make the avatar, all 4 nations. Oh my god. Last question. I registered back home and now but I'm still in the same state. I could still do it here without changing anything, correct? If you're in the same state that you're like, if you're in the state that you're registered for, then yeah, like the county matter. Like you have to vote where you're registered in though. So you might have to, if you're in the same state that you're registered, you might have to find a way to get to the county you're registered in, because it is kind of too late for a mail-in. Unless your state laws specifically allow for a mail-in like on any time before the day of, like some state laws allow literally so long as the mail is accepted with a dating officially, like was put into the post and picked up before election day, then you're fine. But yeah, it'll depend. It's a state to state kind of thing. But yeah, I like in that case, because it's the day before. Like if this was Friday and we were talking about, I'd be like, you could maybe still mail in, but a lot of places, particularly in the South, have suppressing laws to prevent that kind of thing. But I digress. What does gender have to do with voting? I'm not sure if I said anything about gender, but oh, do you mean like why do they ask what your gender is? For statistical purposes. Oh, you meant male. Oh my god. Oh my god, I am recovering from a creeper hiss that sent me into the shred. I physically jumped in my chair. I don't think you understand. Oh my god. But yeah, genuinely though, it is so worthwhile. When I tell you voting is like without a doubt like something that you will actually see genuine and literal impact, like down to the idea of like, you know, reproductive rights or just, you know, rights in general. really important things. Let's say you're assuming because you're here and I'm me and the stuff that I promote, should you be left-leaning, then the current things on the docket for upcoming is to end filibusters. I know, whatever. Like, I'm not going to get into whether or not these will or won't happen. I'm just saying these are the things people are running on. End filibusters in the Senate, and then pass a bunch of legislation that's been accepted by the House, but the Senate has been holding up for a while. Which effectively are ones that are about getting green energy going, stuff to actually cancel student debt loan further, stuff to assist with cost of living, codify Roe v. Wade, etc., etc., etc. Like, there's a lot of really important things coming down the docket for that, so it's genuinely important. But I find it extremely stressful. Interesting. So you find it as stressful. See, for me, I find it. I just find it like I don't not to be non-stress. Like, just it's a task that like I know what I'm doing and I see. I think it's because I see results. You know what I mean? Like when you bake, you kind of see the results as they happen. And at the end, you have something, like something has been accomplished that you can physically just be like, yes, I set out to do this and it happened. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Please, please. Oh my God. Could change countries' futures forever. Yes, Brexit would be an excellent example of that, where I think it was something like only 53% of the voting capable population voted for that, and irreparably Britain has been changed forever. Like, even if eventually they go back to the EU, it'll still have created like this horrible recession period. Oh man. It is wild. It is a wild thing that UK politics, as a voyeur of it, my beloved, it is such an interesting thing to learn about. I don't envy you. I'll say that. It was only 44%. Ah, yes. That's what it was. 44%. Yes. Gombo said, no horror stream, I fixed that. My God, I'm getting more spooked than I was during the horror stream at this point. Good night, Neb. Good night, Jet. See ya. Bye, Grant. I hope you have a wonderful night, dude. I hope it is big pog. I love UK politics also. See, I feel like I mentioned that to Shark once, and then I think I remember him just be like, no, that's not it, bro. And I was like, okay. Like, I was like, I'm interested and want to have a conversation. He's like, it's not on. And I was like, okay. Fair enough, King. I thought I could make. Oh no, I left it in the park. I'm an idiot. The grindstone's over in the park. They're not grindstone. The stonecutter. Not the copy paste to Totally Human, please. Oh my God. What did Shark say? Oh, I think I just remember at the time he was just playing Minecraft or whatever. And I think I came in briefly and I mentioned something about like I was memeing about what was happening, and I think he was just like I think he just wasn't having it. Like, he was just like, I don't want to talk about it, and I was like, okay. Which, totally fair game. And absolutely I respect as a thing. I'm just like, yep, fair enough. I just came in and memed it like briefly, and then he was like, no, and I was like, yeah, okay. Understandable, sir. What a funny guy. Funny guy, that Shark. Nope, don't want to do that. Do want to do that. Probably about like 5. Ooh, and then like 2 of these. Yeah, Shark's a cool guy. I love getting to catch his streams when I can. Rendering the with the same bit. Oh, absolutely. Like, they entered. You gotta realize the UK entered the EU as the British Empire. That's not even a joke. They entered still being the British Empire. They're not that anymore. So like, it's a very different world of them going into if they did join again. It would be a very different bargaining table they'd be at. They were like different, we'll say. Big Shark is like that. Oh no, but that's the thing. It's absolutely fair game. Like, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Feel so bad for Scott. Oh man, I don't want to like listen. If I were a betting man, I don't know. I'm just gonna bring it up here. I don't know why I still have it back here. I don't know if I would bet on the United Kingdom staying united much longer. But then again, I also don't know if they can leave, per se, if that makes sense. Like they can have a referendum, but like for instance, actually, Edward, you might be familiar with this. For instance, I've had to do some work recently on a series of issues that went on in the political world of Canada through the 80s and 90s and all these other things, and with referendums with regards to their state of province of Quebec, Quebec, one or the other. Apologies. But anyway, what's interesting is like the Parliament of Canada introduced legislation, which I don't know if the same exists for Scotland or not, but introduced legislation that effectively meant like even if they voted like, yeah, we're leaving, that's not legally binding to mean that they can. And so technically they could just become occupied. You know what I mean? Like, it's a legal question whether or not, even if they voted, yeah, we want out, of if they would be allowed to. Because that's the thing, is like, technically, that's still a question for a federal government, and a federal government has to be willing to relinquish that kind of authority for that to like have any real standing. Like they have to be like, yeah, we accept that you want out. I don't know if good old Chuck, Monsieur Charles, or whoever the heck the prime minister for Britain would be at the time, would be like down to let the entire oil-rich northern part of their country like leave. You know what I mean? Especially because by the 1707 conjoining of the crowns, I don't know if they would have a right or not. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not a specialist in that by any stretch of the imagination. Who punishes countries for war crimes? Well, there's a couple different things that can do that. I mean, you can call it the Hague, the Hague. But then also the International Criminal Court, the ICC, is one of the main things. The UN really does not. That's not really their job. And no, Gombar, I swear to God, please, I swear, Caleb's not coming for your bits, man. He's not coming to take your first place. Please. I'm gonna have a hernia. Oh my God. I'm dying out here, man. Mans is just over here like dude's literally the dog from Duck Hunt. Literally just I wish for in-game ban to return. Is that what this is about? Is that what this is about? Oh my God. They're just trying to have one again. Oh, like Quebec or Scotland? Nicola Sturgeon said if the SNP wins the next election for Scotland, then Scotland will leave the UK. She said she'll see it as a sign. Fair. And that's the thing, she can run on that. And then, but the question then becomes like, can they? And like a good way, like for me, a good way that I explain this kind of thing when I've talked to people before, because they're like, what do you mean can they? It's like I don't know how the deed structures are set up in the United Kingdom because of how old of a country it is. The legality of it might be that they don't have the legal authority, even with a democratic vote of a referendum, to be allowed to leave. For instance, the way that it's currently set up for, like in the 90s, I think, what was his name? Edward, what was your prime minister of the 90s? What was his name? God, he punched a man in the face. He was so funny. I know. I watched a video and he punched somebody in the face. It was hilarious. Not that that's funny. Just like it's wild that was allowed, and the dude just kept going. Also, he just absolutely made a huge faux pas of like when Al Gore was running against Bush. He was like, "Yeah, we don't want Bush. He's an idiot." Trudeau. No, it was his It was his vice president, or his second in command, or whatever you go. Oh, I'm blanking. Chrétien, that's his name. I don't remember his first name, but anyways, his name's Chrétien. But anyway, people wanted to leave the EU as the UK would be an independent country. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, there was a lot of Jean, that's his name. Anyway, he made sure by going to the Supreme Court of Canada, I think. So basically, legally speaking, even if their separatist country or county province of Quebec, even if they left or voted like in a referendum, like we want out, and voted to leave, not only does the federal government have to then ratify that referendum, which is very unlikely given that the majority of seats is not held by that singular province, but also then a separate referendum has to be posed to all of Canada for all of them to agree. Every province needs a majority agreeing that they can leave. And then there's like a third thing as well that involves the monarch. I forget what part the monarchy plays in it. But anyway, it's like this really interesting, like they really tied it up to be like, no, you can't. We all thought the same thing, and it still thought it back then. Yeah, I just mean like that project that got formalized. You know what I mean? Like that got formalized within Canada's like legislation, which is very interesting. And so I don't know if that kind of a thing exists for Scotland, because the two are often in international relations. The two often get what do you call it? The two often get linked in international relations because those two, effectively speaking, nation. Yeah, not they're nations within a state. So Scotland's a nation, and so is Quebec, because what a nation is not technically a country. A state and a nation are three separate things. You know what I mean? So like that often confuses people, but those three, they're all not. They don't mean the same thing. They're not like they're treated as synonyms in popular like discourse, but they're not. They genuinely mean separate things, because a state is not necessarily a nation, and a nation is almost never a state. If that makes sense, and if that's confusing, I can explain it. But looking again, talking and walking with Mr. Pink. Valid. I'm pretty sure Northern Ireland has a legal out if they want. That's a whole thing though. Yeah, that is also a do they question, because it's like, yeah, maybe. Yo, Crystal, what's up, dude? It's like it's another question of like reconciliation efforts there since the Good Friday Agreement have been making inroads, but like it's a question of whether or not they. Like the legality of things like this ultimately come down to a bunch of different like agreements, but with places like the UK, it's very interesting because those agreements date back often like centuries. Like I'm pretty sure Scotland can leave easy if it has somebody of it, like if it has its own monarch and they choose to separate the crowns. But it's the way that the crowns got married is how the lands of Scotland then got moved in to become the United, like. Anyway, become Great Britain and then the United Kingdom when you add Northern Ireland. It's a wild thing. And I love learning about it. It's so interesting to me. It's our country's charter rights that we'd have to open it up and we need a reason. The province would all have to say yes to open it for the representation of Canada. Sign it into law. Yeah. As for the Good Friday Agreement, it's not exactly like, oh yes, they can leave to join Ireland. It's just also not that they can't, if that makes sense, because that's what they kind of wanted, and that's what led to, well, they call it the Troubles, and that's kind of an intentional infantilization of what actually happened, because effectively speaking, it was a war zone for like decades. The union after Obama was elected. Yeah. Well, I mean, our provisions for leaving the union are very different from any of it. All like Canada and the United Kingdom are both in the Westminster parliamentary system, so their functions for how people can leave are entirely different from how our state is set up. As like how individual states could potentially leave the union. Realistically, there's not a way to leave the union, because even if you voted to leave, most of those votes aren't legally binding, and the federal government would just step in. Because like the Civil War happened because a bunch of states voted within themselves to say, no, we're leaving, and the federal government said, bet, basically. It's all a messy subject. Yeah, well, it's all theory at that point, you know what I mean? It's all theoretical things where it's like, technically speaking, nobody knows, and anything can happen, because we all just kind of like say this is how things work until somebody else shows up and says no, it's not, and then they prove that it doesn't have to work that way. Politics and legislation and law and everything like that is all very messy. Much more messy than we like to think it is. But I digress. I don't know how I got onto this tangent. I mean, I do, but I digress because on one hand it really interests me, but it's probably not super interesting to listen to. Oh man, I always wonder. I feel like people join, like I feel like people have joined my stream before expecting, you know, haha, Minecraft, and then they're just confronted with like existential questions about like the rule of law and political structures, and I'm like, maybe these things are a bit maybe these things aren't alike, and I should not mix them as much as I do. Someone else? Oh yeah, no, I did. I haven't played it in over a year. Last time I played it was right before Fuse got added. But yeah, I used to play Apex. I mostly played Octane because I am a loot goblin, and I would just hoover up every single piece of loot before my friends could get to it. I played Octane and Pathfinder the most, and then I played a little bit of whatchamacallit, Lifeline. I also played Lifeline. I think politics in general, there's like right and wrongs. It's all personal interpretation of how things should be. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, is like, technically speaking, how do I phrase this? How do I phrase this in a way that, you know, there's often very little room for minutia on the internet, but I vehemently oppose I vehemently oppose alt-right ways of thinking. I personally think they're wrong. However, in terms of politics, that's just my viewpoint. For the vast majority of human history, that is just how things were run. So arguably, I'm not saying you would win this argument, I'm just saying arguably, what these individuals think, I can't say is incorrect. I can say I morally feel it's wrong, but morals are subjective. What is morally right or wrong? You know what I mean? I enjoy the conglomeration of topics. Well, I'm glad about that. I'm glad that it's not like, I'm glad that it's not just dull, because I would feel bad if that was the case. Had breakaways before. I seen how that went. Georgia, I think. Yeah, that's also a way that works. Well, and I mean, their breakup is very different from the rest because their state defaulted. Like the Soviet Union just crumbled, which is wild, by the way. For those who don't know, the reason that the Soviet Union crumbled was because Gorbachev basically was like, let's relax a little. And very, very minimal relaxation was had, but they gave, and it's a very clear example of like, they gave a little, and in an authoritarian regime, once you give a little, which makes sense. Like there's no halfways with authoritarianism. You're all or you're nothing. And so by giving that little, the whole thing fell apart overnight. It was insane. It's genuinely like the most insane thing I've ever read. Like they said, let's let some people through the wall in Berlin. We're gonna start letting a couple people in and out, just, you know, occasionally. Not much, just like a little trickle. And that was then misreported on the government radio to be they're opening the gate at the wall. And so people flooded to Berlin. And then the guards at Berlin didn't know what to do because they couldn't reach anybody. And then they knew it was either going to be a riot on their hands or they're going to start letting people through. And so they just started letting people through, and then people started tearing down the wall. And that was how the Soviet Union collapsed. Like within that day, it collapsed because all control was lost at that point. How is the Good Friday Agreement only 36 pages? It seems very short for such a document. Well, I mean, lots of documents that are very foundational or very important are actually quite short, and you can say a lot in 36 pages. But it's also because the Good Friday Agreement isn't all legislation. It's just the agreement. It's like the policy agreement. It inherently means there are additional agreements that, beyond it that then legitimize themselves through the Good Friday Agreement. If that makes sense. So like it's setting up how policing will be done or stuff like that. Like setting up the nitty gritty of how things will actually continue to be run is a matter of different policy that just references the because most legislation and policy references other legislation and policy. Very little legislation and policy stands on its own. The only type of document that's designed to stand on its own is typically like a constitution. And that's about it. And even then, most countries don't have written constitutions. We are a bit of an exception in that way. Republics often do, I guess, these days, but most like Westminster parliamentary systems often don't. I re-downloaded the Apex the other day, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I want to get good. I've gotten like 7 kills so far, a lot more than I do normally for a shooter. I played Gibraltar because Gibby, he's the only one I know what he does. Fair. I just like speed with Octane. I just like going fast. You must dance the line of political neutrality as to not get smote by the Twitch overlords. So true, King. So true. They'll tear down the wall. We build the wall. Oh my god. Edward, my beloved. Things with the left and right. I can take both opinions into account. I wouldn't say I'm on one side or the other, as I agree with both to an extent. See, I mean, it gets into questions depending on which, like, nationally, like state, depending on what state you're in. I mean, country. Like state as in like a country, not state as in like the states of the United States of America. That difference and dissonance gets a little harder to balance. At this point, the right and left within America is one thinks there's value to human life and the other thinks there is not, inherently. And I mean from like enlightenment standpoints of reading. One values human beings inherently, all humans, no matter who you are, generally, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, there is no left-leaning party in America. We do not have one. We have none. A Democrat is a conservative in most other Western nations. Just so we're clear. I heard yeah, exactly. Like Democrats here are more like Tories in the UK, or I think they're also called Tories in Canada. They're called conservatives, but they're also called Tories. It's weird. Not weird. I mean, no offense. I just didn't realize you guys also called them that. I think that name's not used as popular anymore. It's only I see most of it only in 20th century and earlier stuff for Canada, but I saw some for like an election in 2000 something. Also, hi Tyler. I'm so sorry. I totally glossed out. Hi Tyler. How goes it? Finished rewatching X-Men First Class. Yo. You know what? I will say about X-Men First Class. It is whack that the one character whose power is he can't die and he adapts to anything so he can't die is the one character they kill. But whatever. That's just my hot take. I don't know if it showed, but I saw with Prime. Oh, I don't think it did. I mean, I see you have a sub badge, but I don't think I got a message about it. It might have rolled over at a different time, but also, God bless. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. We have the right and the Christian alt-right. Yeah, that's true. Why are there only two parties? So like, there's no we are the government of America was not designed to have any parties. When it was written in the Federalist Papers and designed in its Bill of Rights and the like, the idea of the nation was that no parties would exist. So it's not a system meant to have parties. And we've had other parties. In fact, the Democrats today are the original party of Thomas Jefferson, which was the Democratic Republicans. And they were against the, for those who know Hamilton or whatever, they were against the Federalist Party that formed, but then the Federalist Party eventually defaults after Hamilton famously derides John Adams, who was the final leader of that party and second president. And then after that, the Whig Party gets growth. And the Whig Party was pretty popular up until the Civil War. And then it collapses after the Civil War. And then afterwards you see the Republicans and the Democrats form. But by the 1950s, they actually switch their doctrine, and that's because of FDR. FDR entirely changes the outlook of the Democratic Party, and is so popular, literally so popular, that they changed how presidents work because he was too popular. Prior to him, there was no formal you can only serve 2 terms for presidents. He's the first president where they were like, no, he won 4 terms in a row. He dies early on in this 4th term, so he never really sees it. But because of that, they then changed the rules inherently, because they did not like the fact that he was so popular, because FDR was very socialist. He was a socialist for all intents and purposes. He's the reason that we have highways that are paid for by the government. He's the reason that public education and unions did as well as they did into the 50s. And anyway, I digress. He also wore sick capes. And that's important, chatters. That's important to keep in mind. Always remember. No, but genuinely, he's the only reason why like the highway exists. Originally, it was an idea. The idea was like only private companies should build roads, and government should not be. That's not part of government infrastructure in that way. Which, yo, I mean, I don't really need them, but they're sick because they're kind of rare now. They're kind of rare in this form, particularly in the diamond ore that's this. But yo, have a Communist Party at one point? Yeah, kind of. And then it became illegal. So we're made up by many Whigs. Yeah, I believe that's true. Like the modern day Republican Party is generated from a bunch of the Whigs. Oh, you rat. Oh my god. God, please. Can I have one prime minister for so long? Yeah, you guys don't have term limits. Which, you know, that gets into like the reason that term limits were like traditional here was because George Washington set that precedent. His belief was, you know, for a host of reasons he did that. The part that's focused on by the musical, the 2016 hit musical Hamilton, is because of the idea of like, oh, that will show people how to move on. Because you got to realize like that was a new idea, like that, like not just in here, but literally in the world. Like the idea of like, oh, this guy was in charge, and now he's stepping down, so we can vote and have someone new in charge. He was effectively king of the country, and he said, okay, bye, elect someone new. I want to go back to being nobody. It just wasn't a thing, but he did that in part to help the nation move on from him so it could outlive him and continue. Like the process would have been done without him dying in office. But then beyond that, there's also another host of reasons of just like beyond the peaceful transfer of power. He also just believed, you know, 8 years is enough time to get something done. And then traditionally after that, everybody did the same, but then FDR won like 4 terms. Oh, so you want to know what's wild? And I will say, I will preface this by saying voter laws and who could vote and all these other things were very different. Which in part explains this, but basically up until Clinton, actually not even with Clinton, I think even with Clinton, one second, let me double check. Okay, yeah, Clinton is one of the first ones where it ever happens. But up until the Clinton administration, almost every electoral map was like all one color. Like Richard Nixon won every state, I think, except for 2. And the same was true for like Jimmy Carter. Like presidents used to win everywheres. It's a very modern thing that like the states are so out of sync with each other and have become so much more like their own mini countries of like with their own belief systems and governing bodies and all these other things. Like that's weird for the long and the short of it, basically, is what I mean. I'll toss that aside. Yeah. Apex right now, let's do your political rambles. Yo, nothing better than Apex in politics. Good gravy. And then I heard capes. Yeah, FDR wore a cape. Or cloak, I should say. But yeah, he liked cloaks and capes. He thought they were cool. And so he wore a naval cloak. The UK party system certainly has changed throughout the years. I mean, yeah, but it goes back to like Cromwell, effectively. Something more to do with class. Oh, absolutely. Which is very weird. You guys have become, for lack of a better word, you guys have become very Americanized in that way. Because I feel like the UK politics has certainly shifted to the idea of putting more emphasis on who's prime minister, like as though you're voting for the prime minister. When in a parliamentary system, for those who don't know, they don't vote for the prime minister. And in fact, the prime minister is just the leader of the party that has the most seats. So arguably speaking, you should only ever be voting for your own representative and then not care about the rest, because your representative is meant to care about what you think and none of the rest. So like the idea of that system, like you shouldn't have to care, because on paper, because they're not the head of state, the prime minister is realistically not any more powerful on paper in their government than any other is it MPs, member of parliament? I think it's MP. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. They're not more powerful than any MP, because MPs are all meant to be, you know, like a certain are all meant to be equal in terms of power. There's some things that they have as capabilities of what they're meant to do, you know, like strategize, like forming their their cabinet and all these other things, and they could do those things, but that's not exactly something that's meant to be attributed to them as a power, because they're meant to do that in tandem with what their party would want. It's meant to be made up all of members of parliament who are meant to care about what the people who voted them in care for, and then also it can be rejected by the actual head of state, who in the case of most parliaments currently around is a monarch, or in some cases, like in Germany, I think it's a president, or maybe I'm thinking of France. Anyway, the popular vote just makes no sense. Just makes more sense. One person should have what is equal to one vote. More people want to lead. Republicans don't want that because they'll never win the presidency again. Absolutely, that is very true. I can understand to a degree why. So like the argument against it is that, you know, yo, Diamond. The argument against it is that rural voices will never be heard again because of how populated cities are, that it will never matter what rural people think, and politics will only ever care about cities, because, you know, if your goal is to make it that one vote, one person and all that other things, you know what I mean? But that's kind of a question, is should those voices be kept as relevant as cities? What should matter? The actual amount of people represented, or the areas where and swaths of land and all these other things? So it's a question of that to some degree. But the Electoral College in general was designed originally to prevent populism. Ironically enough, the Electoral College was originally created to prevent something like Donald Trump. In essence, it was meant to prevent a populist leader from coming to power, because the idea was, you know, maybe the average voter of back in the day when Alexander Hamilton created the Electoral College, the idea was, you know, the average voter might not have the best interest for the nations at heart and could be swayed by a really cool general, like, say, George Washington. So Hamilton thought, maybe a bad general might get like a lot of power and then push forward and then get a lot of votes because he's very popular. And so then he said, okay, we're going to make the Electoral College, which will be made up of people who are not meant to be locked into their vote. Today they are, because over the last several decades, it was believed that was undemocratic, that an Electoral College member could switch their vote. Even like, because originally the idea was like, even if a state voted for one candidate, if the Electoral College wanted in that state, they could just vote for the other one. And then it doesn't matter what the people actually voted. Which, you're right, like, that is undemocratic for them to be able to do that. But the idea was it was a fail-safe that if somebody got popular and was not truly fit for office, they would then be stopped by the Electoral College, which is meant to be made up of electorates who have the best interest of America at heart. Believe that as much or as little as you will. I'm just saying that was the idea. But it can't perform that function anymore because, well, most states have made laws at this point that say they have to vote with however the people of the state vote, which is more democratic. It just is. It is more democratic to do it that way. The cabinet is where most of the power lies in our power system. Dates back to William the Conqueror with his distribution system. Yeah, see, exactly. God, the UK is so cool, man. Oh, where do you get power from? William the Conqueror. Oh my god. Like, who made your structure? The great houses of old. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just like Game of Thrones and fantasy too much. But it just seems so cool. It's like a lot of it's antiquated in some ways, but like, good lord, it's cool sounding. I don't think the whole argument holds up to logic because instead of swings, the disparity in the other way. Anyway, you can't mathematically win with just big cities, even though with a large amount of votes. I'm not saying that that is a fair argument against it, or even that it should be an argument against it. I'm just saying that is the typical argument that you get from people who actually want to play with a reasonable argument that's not, you know, oh, should like, oh, we'll never win again if cities are valued more, or popular votes and all these other things. Because voter suppression is also huge, and that gets into the 2010 red map strategy, which is, I mean, I could go into it, but I just highly recommend reading up on it, and that's why state level elections are so important. Like, a lot of people did not vote in 2010 like, to summarize it, the reason that the current Republican Party has as much power and capability and like votes as it does, and seats and all these other things, is because in 2010, after the landslide victory of 2008 election for Barack Obama, the Republican Party effectively made a huge push to win as many state legislatures as they could, and then in 2010 they could redraw all the electoral maps, and then when they were going to lose those seats afterwards, they then stripped that power away from the governor so that they never had to worry about it their work getting undone. It's a whole thing. It's genuinely Machiavellian in terms of scheming. Like, in terms of politics, it's genius. In terms of morality, it's horrendous. And ethics and all these other things. Nowadays, instead of the king, yeah, it's people vote for them. Yeah. Just swooted over the names of the banks here. Yeah, I think you guys cool name. Jesus. Why? Oh my god. I will stay strong. I am not bringing back the ban. No, I refuse. I am staying strong and convicted. I will keep to my conviction. Oh my god. But yeah, you got the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. That's such a sick name. What do you mean? That's so cool. Major walks up finally home. Let's go! Oh my god, what a commute! Good lord. You should reward yourself with ice cream. I think it's deserved. I think it's deserved. Yes, yes. Ice cream is on the menu. Yes, yes. I'm gonna head out now. Sure thing, we got. It's been lovely having you, dude. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a wonderful week. And yeah, see you later, dude. It's been great chatting. Boy. And it's better because we just acronym them. See, I feel like that's just gonna lead to people like not knowing what they're actually called, and then they'll just be like, "Wait, it's called what?" Like, does the average citizen even know that like that means Imperial Bank of Commerce then? Or do you guys like? Is it just so acronym to nothing that people don't even realize that's what it's called? The stream was fun. I'll try to tune in more. Yo, that's great to hear, dude. It's lovely. It's lovely having you here. You're a delight to talk to. I'm glad you had fun though. I hope you have a great week, man. Oh, speaking of chatters, hypothetically, might be more streams this week than normal. Hypothetically, don't hold me to that. We'll see. Mayhaps. That's all I'm saying. Mayhaps. We all know what it's called. But even the banks just refer to themselves as that. Most of our bank logos are monogamous. Oh, monograms. I was like, what? Monogamous? I was like, huh? Don't believe the boy. He lies. Black Panther 2 Friday. It's so cool. Is this Bedrock? No, it's Java. But hello. I am on Java. Monogamous. I was confused. Please let me live. Oh my god. Why, man? Why? I mean, I know why, but I refuse. I will stay strong. Good gravy. You can't bully me into bringing back bands. It's not how this works. I refuse. I think Gombar just genuinely took to heart the idea is like, yeah, I'm just never gonna let Caleb pass me. Man's literally was like, I refuse. What's Tony tell you? Yeah, I know. I'm still not over that. Bro. Oh my god. I remember that night I ended stream and I think I just sat in stunned silence, like just thinking about that. I was like, my god. Don't you know Caleb is here? No, he's not. I don't think he is. I'm not taunting it. I don't think he's here. Yeah, that's not a request for you to add him in the Discord. I just don't think he's here. All right. Let me head. Actually, I don't want to head up here. I'm gonna head out to the docks, and then I'm gonna work my way backwards from the docks. I think. I might add the ban actions back as like an occasional thing, like if we do a speedrun stream and then I add it back for that, or if we do like a different kind of game, or if we do like I don't know, like an event, because then I think it has more chutzpah to it, you know. Man said donate 100k bit. I'll end stream and just leave and cry. I don't. You think you're getting tears on stream? No. Not allowed. Illegal. I have dignity. Good lord. Oh man, but anyway, no, I am actually I'm very hyped for Black Panther. I don't see. I'm sad. I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to see it, man. I don't know, like on opening night. I'm real sad about that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see it on like the actual opening night, and like that's low key devastating for me. I'm like it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird without Chadwick. I don't know. I'm just so like see it Saturday. You have. I refuse for you to not. You must tell me what you think of it when you see it. I won't want spoilers, but I will want to know. I'm just genuinely like, I gotta know. Yeah, probably out here, I think. And that I'm blue. Dabba-dee dabba-die. If I were green, chat, I'd die. If I were green, I would die. The best way to riot is make the homunculus go. Why am I a homunculus now? Why am I suddenly a homunculus? This feels like an escalation. This feels excessive. Oh man. Oh, you know what I was gonna say though? I'm very excited for the new God of War game. Like the new God of War game comes out Wednesday. And when I swear I won't I swear I totally you know, I would never ever stream on a Wednesday a brand new game. Are you buying Sonic? I don't know. See, I've never really played a Sonic game is the thing. Like it's not really my shtick, for lack of a better word. Like I've just never really played them, so I don't know. I might pick it up. I don't know if there's interest in like getting to watch it and stuff like that. Then I just might. I'm a closer. Simply close early, bro. Simply lock the store and then watch me at the store. Just open up as many screens as possible and be like, hey yo, it's Napoleon time. I'm sure everyone who employs you will understand. Statistics tonight? Huh? Why y'all fighting statistics? Or do you mean the class? What I was gonna say though was yeah, I don't know, Tyler. Like I've never really played that kind of game, so like, but I've heard really good things. Powerball. Oh yeah, it's the one. I saw something today that was like, would you take the lump sum? Like, so you can get the like lump sum payout for it, or you can get the like dividends or whatever over time. Which with some lottery things, you want to take the small payments over time. But for this, you literally would be getting $900+ million. Like, there's no reason to. Also, in most states, if you take a lump sum, you don't have to get identified. Which, you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't tell people if you wanted to. I'm just saying, you know, maybe it's not the best idea to be like, oh yeah, I just came into a lot of money very publicly, you know? Which X-Men timeline do you prefer? I kind of just like Days of Future Past was kind of just the best. You know what I mean? Like Logan is a really good movie, so but I just don't like that world. I dislike the dystopian worlds that can happen. Which is funny because Days of Future Past obviously has a dystopian world type, but I really like the 60s, 70s that they go back to. I don't know. I'm so excited that Hugh Jackman's coming back for Deadpool, man. I'm genuinely amped. I don't know if like Hugh just needed a new kitchen or what. Like, I don't know if he's just out here like, oh yeah, I just need to get work done on my kitchen. Like, I don't know why he's back, but I'm just happy he's back. McAvoy story. Ah, okay. I thought you meant like the exact timeline. Okay, in that case, I prefer. It's gotta be Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, man. I gotta love it. I love it so much. Even though those movies are a lot more corny and stuff like that. Like, I love their dynamic so much more than I like the McAvoy, Fassbender. Like, I like those actors. I think they do a good job. There's something about Patrick Stewart, dude. The gay timeline or the gayer timeline. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Oh man. I'm just sharing a couple memories with the homies, dude. It's nothing. Don't look into it. Don't read into this. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. Just don't worry. I'm just sharing some thoughts with the homies. Sharing a lot of very emotional things with the homies right now. You know, it's chill. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Mind your business, David. Oh my god. They went to Paris together. Fair. I watched all of X-Men in preparation for Multiverse of Madness. I didn't need it at all. Yeah, that's fair. I think there is another cut somewheres of Multiverse of Madness that's a lot better. I think for it could have been so cool. There's a lot that could have been done with Multiverse of Madness that they didn't do. And don't get me wrong, I actually enjoyed that movie. Like, for me, that I remember I liked Shang-Chi, just not like a whole lot. I think it's good. I watched Shang-Chi and Eternals and Black Widow, and then I genuinely remember being like, am I just like, do I just not like Marvel anymore? Like, am I just over it? I was unsure. I was having a crisis, chat. I was having a crisis. I was like, am I too old now for this? I was like, am I too grown up? Oh no, I'm ancient. And then I watched Multiverse of Madness, and it was just genuinely so refreshing to me. Which is so funny, because like, it wasn't the best movie. It was just getting some of that like really corny 2000s Sam Raimi film style was just such a breath of fresh air. Like, it wasn't so formulaic. It wasn't, I don't know. I think there's elements that could be changed to make it a better movie. I think there's certain things that didn't need to happen, plot lines that didn't need to happen. I would have liked for them to have gone more heavy-handed on certain things than they did. But writ large, I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness. Walden never touched the script. Oh my god. Eternals was so bad. See, that's the thing. I don't even think Eternals was bad. I just don't know why I was meant to care. Like, everything happened so fast. It felt like it should have been 2 movies. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like it needed to be 2 movies instead of one. Like not in terms of like its content for the physical movie. I just mean the story it was telling needed 2 separate movies to tell it, to make it have any emotional impact in my mind. Because it just felt, I was like, why do I care about any of these people? Why do, like, it's putting up these concepts of betrayal and deep, like, seated, like, oh no, and then themes that I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool if like I had been watching these guys since 2012. But also at the same time, how is it that like Eternals did a speedster better than like better than DC did Flash? I'm like, wow, really? How do people get a social security number if they're born outside of a hospital? Also, you're 13. Ancient is quite a stretch. Well, I mean, like, you can be born outside of a hospital, but then you gotta get registered, basically. Like, technically, you can be born and not have one, but it'd be weird. It'd be a bad idea. I wouldn't advise it as like a thing to do. I wouldn't be like, gee willikers, you know what you should do today? Not have a social, like I just like I like just not have a social security number. I'm like, no, I feel like that's kind of important. Which do I'm building roadways. I'm paving the future. I haven't watched anything since Endgame except Spider-Man, and honestly, nothing I've heard has convinced me that I should. This show is, I like Loki a lot. I think Loki's a really good show. I think it's worth watching. I think WandaVision is worth watching. Shang-Chi's good. I don't think it's bad. I think Shang-Chi's good. It's just like, even just if you go for it for the action, even if you're just there because you're like, cool, I want to watch a movie where I get to watch like a lot of sick karate and stuff like that, and like a cool martial arts. Like, even just for that, Shang-Chi's worth it. Worth the worth the time to watch. I admire the fact that it didn't ham-fist a romance plot. That was pretty refreshing. Recently I really liked it. Spider-Verse is so good, man. Spider-Verse is so good. I'm such a fan. Man. Shame. I was gonna say I meant to talk to Mythic about that at some point, but I haven't seen Mythic in a while. I don't know if Mythic still comes around. Protocols to assignment of the number. Huh? Nap is always making highways. He's FDR era. I am FDR. I mean, I'm an emperor, but you know. Spider-Verse 2 hopefully soon. Yeah, and they just cast he's the actor from, I think, Get Out, right? The actor from Get Out, and he's also, I think, in Black Panther, the first one. Anyway, he just got cast as punk rock Spider-Man. Yo, Jack and Gordon, what's up, man? Long time no see. Hey, Medicine, hello. Oh man, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Hope both of you are doing well. It was a reference to. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, there's protocol to them getting assigned and stuff like that. And it's just like I think you get into the systems before you're actually born. Like, I feel like the numbers, no, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say, I feel like the numbers kind of started to get assigned in accounts and stuff like that get begun when, like, you know, somebody's pregnant with you. But that's not true, I don't think, is it? Spider-Verse 2? Yeah, it's been in the works for a while. And it's past its scripting phase. I think it's into properly being animated and stuff like that. Like, I think it's pretty far along. It's like next year or the year after. 2023 or 24 that's coming out. The numbers are sequential based on birth. Oh, see, I don't know enough about it. I like genuinely, I just don't know enough about like how we get our social security numbers. I just know that we have them. I've never really bothered to look into it because I'm just like, yeah, cool, whatever. I just know like the value of them. I don't know why or like the how it's assigned out. When a baby's born. I mean, yeah, that would make sense. My point was just like, I don't know how you would avoid getting one. You know what I mean? Like, I think like someone had said, I think Gombar had said, like, if you were born outside of a hospital, how could they give you one? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess they wouldn't know, but I guess you'd just file for it. and there'd be no reason to not file for it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be weird to not. Okay, so now this is connected properly. Citizens get social security system. What do you mean naturalized? Oh, do you mean like people who emigrate? Yeah, I believe so. In the same way that, like, I think mutual funds work differently for them and stuff like that. You'd avoid getting that SS by having a home birth, which is incredibly dangerous and has high mortality rate for those involved. Have you seen the Covenant of Chaos casting announcement? I have not. You have details? Give, please. You know what's wild? I don't understand the hate around, like, don't get me wrong, it's not my favorite series, but I don't understand the hate around She-Hulk. I really don't. It does not make sense to me. Like, the amount of people who seem like genuinely like just losing their mind over it, and I'm like, bruh. Ooh, Aubrey Plaza. Hog. That's a huge W. God plays Charlie House. Yes, I did hear that he's in it, but they haven't said. I think he's gonna be Wiccan. I think he has to be. Like, I think he has to be. I know people are speculating that. Like, I'm not breaking ground by saying that. I'm just saying I feel like he has to be, because, like, for those who don't know, the artist who made Heartstoppers has done tons of, like, art where where the character of Charlie is Wiccan. I'm like, so I feel like somebody just saw that art and then was like, oh, perfect. Who knows? Maybe they'll get Kit Connor to do Hulkling. I have absolutely no idea. I think I'm gonna get on my MC Survival World. I haven't been on there in a good while. I need to collect some more basalt for my walls. I've been putting it off. Oh no, not basalt. Basalt by loathed. You shouldn't be. Why not? You don't think you could play a good Wiccan? I need more stone. I need more stone. Enjoy your stay in the radioactive spires of Scorched Rock. Good lord. I really hate basalt biomes. I think I've said this before. They're my #1 cause of death in Minecraft. They absolutely end me every time. They crave my pain. I know they do. I know they do. They do it to me every time. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could play a good Wiccan. I have no reason to believe he couldn't. There's a lot of controversy over the actor's cast because the actor isn't Jewish and Billy's Jewish ethnicity is part of his character. Besides being Wanda's son, his parents, what he gets are also Jewish. His Jewishness is about as important as his gayness. I think that's valid. I think that's fair. I guess the question becomes if they're gonna, for lack of a better word, bother with that. for what do we call it, for his character. Like that's the question. I don't know if they will, because of the direction they've already taken Wiccan in, if that makes sense. Like in the same way that they've, like, because they've basically removed Wanda Maximoff's like Romani heritage, and they've basically removed, for lack of a better word, her Jewish heritage as well. I'm not saying that's right or how it should be, by the way. I'm just saying effectively Disney and Marvel have made that choice with the character of Wanda, and their current efforts for introducing Wiccan has been as a created by magic, clone's not the word I'm looking, like created by magic child. And so because of that, I don't know if that's going to be the same route that they still take, and if it is, I don't know if they will have a way to put that focus on it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if they're going to have a way to put the focus onto the character's Jewishness. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I think they should. I think they absolutely should. That's good. Oh, yeah. I mean, Magneto is her father's Magneto in the comics, and her father is a Holocaust survivor. I mean, don't remember, I have I have a genuine slideshow. You have no idea how heated I have been about Marvel and their changes. Like, they made Hawkeye yes, the Hawkeye show kind of course corrected, but prior to that, Hawkeye wasn't deaf, which he is in the comics. She's meant to be Romani. Like, they made the person who has a Holocaust survivor father and is Romani work with the Yahtzees, who is Hydra, who is not like, oh, a spooky secondary. No, they are literally from Captain America, Yahtzees, made from the Yahtzee party. I can't say the other word on Twitch. But anyway, like, you know what I mean? I cannot believe that they did that and just got away with it. It's so wild. It's so genuinely, like, mind-blowing to me that nobody called them on. I mean, like, obviously they were, but like nobody cared, you know? Yeah, they put a cross. Oh my god. It's so, and then in the Wanda, well, that's the thing, is they've totally changed her father being Magneto basically in the with WandaVision, where they show her parents, and it's not Magneto. I can tell you that much. You joined who? Exactly. Oh my god. I think he's gonna play Nicholas Scratch, Agatha's son, since his casting was male lead. I don't think Billy would be a lead character. Fair. They don't have the right. Well, they do now, and they did when they made WandaVision, because they own Fox. Like, when they made WandaVision, they had the rights to Magneto, because WandaVision came out during 2020. So, and that merger finished in the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. So they had the rights to do Magneto. They didn't need to not. And they just doubled down that he wasn't, because that's the thing. Currently, mutants don't exist. Like, in the MCU's timeline, so far as we're currently concerned, so far as I'm aware, I haven't watched it yet, but I think technically, yeah, like, the only thing currently outstanding is Hulk, and that's because Universal owns the distribution rights. They don't own the rights, but they own the distribution rights. Oh, and also Spider-Man, but they're just never getting that back. I was gonna say Kamala Khan is I hadn't watched that yet, but yeah, that's the first beginnings of, like, mutants existing in the MCU, because prior they just didn't. In my opinion, for the MCU, one of the biggest damages that was ever done, I shouldn't say that, that's hyperbole, but, like, in my mind, was in the early days of Thor, where they didn't want to confirm magic as being, like, a thing, because they thought it was too goofy and no one would like it, which I disagree with, but whatever. So they didn't want to confirm magic, so they made Thor, like, 1 and 2, and they had it be like, oh, it's just you know, things we don't understand. That's all Nordic power is, and we're just aliens, not gods. We're called gods because, you know, whatever. I think that was such a stupid move and changed, like, but oh, I'm sorry, I missed the highlighted message. I want to give it Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god. In the last second, I got 3 kills. Ooh, and an assist, and I got the last kill again. Woo! Oh my god! MJ out here, a legend, an Apex legend. My god, so, King, this drinks up for MJ. Nice. Oh my god. Also, Shiv, see you in a little bit, dude. Boy. David, oh yeah, absolutely. Like with Wanda, they could have done a million things. But I meant beyond that also. You can see with Taika Waititi, he kind of started the course correct. There's a version of Thor: Love and Thunder that exists. Like, there is a version of that script that I would have really liked. I know it exists because I've seen 2 deleted scenes of it where, like, because that movie went for reshoots, where, like, Russell Crowe's Zeus helps, sort of. There's, like, a whole scene. Oh, hydrate! There's a whole scene from from a version of Thor: Love and Thunder where Gerard Butler's welcome back, Pink. I hope your walk was fun and insightful, or whatever you needed it to be. I hope it was whatever you needed it to be. You know what? That's what I hope. But what I was gonna say is there's a version of it where, like, Russell Crowe, I think I said Gerard Butler, Russell Crowe's Zeus was taken seriously, helps and assists and makes Thor further learn about his powers of, like, the lightning's him and not whatever, like, which they establish in the 3rd movie, Ragnarok. And they explore more about, like, worship and mortals and all these other things, and it's like a way more that comic with, like, Gore the God Butcher is such an introspective comic on the idea of immortality and all these other things. It could have been a lot more than it was, because, like, are we getting a Thor 5? Well, my understanding is we were meant to, like, after Ragnarok, we were effectively meant to get another Thor trilogy, because Ragnarok revitalized Thor. It effectively soft rebooted the character. And he became a huge draw, and they were like, oh boy, we're already losing Iron Man and Captain America. Thor hadn't performed prior to Ragnarok all that well, so I think they got a decent, but, like, in terms of cost, contract with Hemsworth to do a number more pictures. I think he got extended by 3 more pictures, actually. Mr. Pink took down Dark Abandoned Street and didn't murder me, so, like, good trust building exercise. You're married. Good lord. Vault Hunters 1.18 doesn't come out until the 27th. I know I only have it to just stream it, but now I really want to. L plus ratio, man. Stream Apex. Become an Apex Legends streamer. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's a little late for trust exercises. You know what I mean? Like, I just mean, I feel it's late to be doing trust exercises. Not that it's not possible for things to still happen. Just like, and you know, I'm not going down this road. End of the day, Marvel will always be scared of the medium they come from and want too hard to be taken seriously. You know what? 100%. That is so valid, Kate. Actually, speaking of, Pink, I think, has actually seen the slideshow that I mentioned earlier, where I was like, I've made a slideshow. Like, I was not joking. There is a slideshow that exists. I have a lot of opinions on Marvel and how it's gone about what it's doing. Good lord. Should collect that dirt. Good at the stream Apex. You think I'm good at Minecraft? I stream it, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it. You can do anything you want. Who cares?
You're not hydrated enough unless you've been waterboarded.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Big slurp time. What a lovely sunset. Anyway, I can't read anymore.
You're not hydrated enough unless you
Why?
do. No excuses.
Why? Good lord! Chatters, please. Oh my god, not the southern accent, redeem. Well, alright. Sure enough, we can do that for a little while. Why not? But yeah, no, I think just generally, generally speaking, I think that Marvel has very much fumbled because it fails to take itself seriously in too many regards. There's a lot of really great kitchen. Nah, listen, The Mansion was not as good. I think The Mansion, while cool, I think nothing tops the kitchen scene from Days of Future Past. I just generally think it like maybe it's because it was the first time I saw it, but I just genuinely believe that like it was a better version. Can we have auto-tune slurps? Well, maybe. I'd have to reinstall my auto-tune capabilities. I got rid of those a while ago. Oh my god, I didn't like the dirt. You didn't like me going. You didn't like that? I thought that was great. I thought everybody would. I thought everybody'd love that. You know, I thought it was just so cool. I'm a go. Oh my god. Tyler's like, I can't believe this absolute heinous man decided. Why, God? Oh my god. I can't believe this heinous man chose the Days of Future Past and not. No, I'm kidding. I hope you have a great week, Tyler. I hope you have a good week. I was good to you, and I hope to see you soon, dude. Tell me your thoughts on Black Panther when you see it. I cannot wait to hear what you think. Especially, I can't wait to see with what they do with Namor. There's so many of them. Leave me be. Great googly moogly. Oh my god, there's another. Good gravy. Old Netherrack is best. Also, what's your favorite word? Mine's Old Netherrack is putrid, and I will die on that hill. It is awful. I hate it. It is not nice. It is a horrendous block that deserves to be recommitted to the pits of Tartarus. I don't know why edit. How is this even possible? What? But how did it grow out of that? What? But whatever. Defenestrate or Tartarus? It's nostalgic. Hooey with your nostalgia. Drips downwards to the ground because of the water. Well, I get. No, I just meant how's there the smaller one on the ground? I didn't place one on the ground, I don't think. So I'm just curious how that worked out. I don't know why I set that in there. I need those. I do not know why I put those in here. I genuinely need those. let me change this up a little bit. Let me just grab that and then I'll grab this and do that and pick that up and move that and slide that down there and cha-cha real smooth, and you know, just maybe we'll figure it out. Oh man, on the grounds from dripping. Well, that's silly. If Groove Nap, that's how they do it. Everyone looks at me weird when I use it. Wait, what? Someone actually made a Tartarus? Yes, everyone looks at me weird when I use it? Well, L to them, man. Great word. Awful place. Great word. I mean, technically, it's a being. It's a person of sorts, or like a godly being, a primordial force of sorts that takes on some semi-humanoid forms if you're a believer of old Greek myth. But, you know, potato, potato. Place, person, thing, noun, you know. It's all pretty loosey-goosey. Yeah, man. You know what song's still stuck in my head, by the way? I still hear stuck in my head. They're like, I wish I knew. It sounds so stupid with a southern accent. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. How bluegrass can I make this? I wish I knew you wanted me. Oh my god. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Oh man. Sometimes I'm surprised Nap is 6%. He fits everything. For Greek midfield. Bro, what? What do you mean? I like Greek myth, and I'm also not a theater kid. Why is it that you guys assume I'm a theater kid? We've been over this. I'm not. Good lord. I can't believe the absolute. I mean, not that it's a problem if you are. Like, congrats for you. My point is just I was never a theater kid. I don't know why that has been attached to me as a person. You do a little bit of lore. If it's everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read theater. I need old Nap info. What do you mean? Like an old, like me as like character Nap as an elderly person? Is that? Are you asking about like an elderly person of Nap? You fit the theater vibe? I do not! Well, I mean, first and foremost, bold of you to assume that any version of Napoleon's ever made it to an elderly age and does not always, in a cycle, die tragically young. So that's first and foremost quite bold of you. Not gonna lie. But I can unequivocally say Nap the second wore a pince in his elderly age. If you don't know what a pince is, it's like an old-timey form of glasses. You wonder why we headcanon him as quick. Is that a thing? Dying youthful and young is a thing? See, it's interesting. I may or may not hypothetically know a lot more than I've had time to actually do lore for. Yeah, like the old-timey glasses that don't have like frames that go over the ears. They just pinch onto the nose. Because he didn't really need them until he was old, and then it was mostly just for reading, you know. Yo, Mackenzie boys, thanks so much for the follow, man. Hope you're doing well. So I have a horrible disease called Blackstone. I didn't realize that if I use a mostly nether block palette for my walls, use a similar palette for my base, there's gonna be some Blackstone. Me use too much Blackstone, my god. I was like, what disease is that? I genuinely was like, huh? Oh my god. Hello, Mackenzie. How do? Hope you're doing well. Hope life's been treating you well. What brings you to our fine, fair city? Don't exactly have a notoriously long life expectancy. Oh, I see. Active battle royale is probably a big issue. Oh my god. MG, are you just literally out here on a battleground fighting your way through Apex and then just tabbing back to stream like, huh? Huh? What'd you say? Oh man, I hope you're doing a good day. How are you doing? I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. I got a free hot dog earlier today. That was pretty sick. Saw some ducks. Literally any day I see ducks are a good day. Like, it's a good day. It's a good day if I saw a duck. Like, how could it not be? How could it not be? Are you telling me I'm gonna see a little quacking duck and I'm not gonna be like happier inherently? I object. I object to that take. Boo, boo. How does one break a cycle of rebirth into the ruins of your once great empire, only to forget the past of your previous lives, only to follow in their footsteps? Well, some you see might call that a curse, and or some might call that, you know, there was this one guy, he stole some fire this one time. Anyway, he may or may not have then been, his name was Prometheus, and he may or may not have had his, the rest of his days may have looked very much the same always. And things might have regrown and rehappened, and yeah. Yo, Radio, thank you so much for the follow, dude. How you doing? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good. Boo, boo, boo. Hello, Rainy. Oh my god. Why didn't anyone tell me that it's such a short life expectancy when I was making my character? No! Oh my god. No liver for you. Poor liver. L to the liver. Big news. We died. I did not in fact win champion by tabbing in and out. You didn't become the Apex legend because you were tabbing out? Rookie mistake, bro. Yeah, bro. Oh my god. Became very popular with hawks. Was it hawks or an eagle? I always thought it was an eagle. Because I don't know, Zeus. Maybe it was a hawk. Maybe I'm dumb. Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like the kind of curse that'd be kind of hard to liver with. No? Just me? Oh, come on, it's funny. That was good. That was good, and L to you. L to you if you think otherwise. Oh, come on! Come on! Bow, bow! Oh, I think that was beautiful. I think that was absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? It's on you if you disagree. It's totally on you. Oh, man. Well, I was looking for my slide whistle. I don't know where I set it. I think I took it. I think it's in the you see, my poor roommate, I've absolutely just tormented with the slide whistle since I bought it. They're probably gonna break it on me. They're probably gonna bust that thing in half. I'm gonna be like, no, my slide whistle. Let it see. Radio, my beloved, new favorite chatter. Oh my god, somebody understands comedy. Unlike the rest of you schmucks. Why are you booing me? I'm right. So true, King. I've never been more right in my life. I'm not surprised you torment. Oh, come on! You know, that was a good one. Maybe see, Dragon Cord gets it too. Oh my god, kings, the lot of you. Ah, man. See, Old chatters like Napoleon ain't funny. These new chatters. Oh my god. They understand the panache that goes into it, the skill, the wherewithal, the wit and witticism. I don't know why I'm gassing myself up on like the dumbest of jokes. I'm out here like as though I just wrote the greatest of comedies. Oh my god. Buy another and hide it on your person so when that happens you can pull it out and play a sad trombone. Oh my god. I don't know why making the little trumpet noise is so fun to me, but it really is. It really is. It's fun to do. It's fun to do. I indulge myself too much maybe with it, but by God do I love doing it. Bow. Yeah, I don't want this to be too cobbled because it's not really a street that's meant to be like well looked after per se. Like it's an under city kind of street, you know what I mean? It's kind of the goal that's going along with it. So I'm like, I don't want it to be too nice, too pristine. You're delusional and need to wake up. First of all, I would have to be lusional to become delusional. So first and foremost, L plus ratio. This assumes I ever had my faculties in. Jesus Christ! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello! Time to wake up, gonna wake up, come on, Chrissy, wake up! I'm sorry for shouting, I was startled. I was startled, okay? I didn't expect it. Oh my god. Oh, gonna give me a heart attack, man. Good lord, Gompar. I genuinely don't like that. Oh, I was not ready. I was that was like the last thing I thought that was gonna happen. Here's another one, folds from the robes. Ah, yes, of course, my robes. You see, I wander around in nothing but robes constantly. I am constantly just in a toga. Little did you know, I am just always dressed, actually, as though it is still the 1800s. Little known fact. I just wander around in poet shirts aimlessly through the halls of my manor estate. You know? It's tough. It's tough. What if I was, chat? What if I was a ghost who just, you know, happened to start Twitch streaming? Edward would have a field day. Edward would be so happy, I think. Well, maybe not about the ghost bit, but maybe about the 1800s fashion, probably. I feel like. Craft dude, so long. I just drew him. It looks totally different. Oh! Would honestly explain a lot. No, it wouldn't. Oh my god. You know what? Maybe I am just a ghost who inhabited Twitch suddenly. I finally broke through the veil and have been able to ghost streamer 11 out of 10, and I'm just very confused. And like I just pretend like I just don't understand what you're talking about. But it's literally I'm just from like 2 centuries ago, and I just literally have no frame of reference. Chatters be like, oh yeah, Tumblr. I'm like, yes, I have fallen down a hill before. Whatever do you mean? I've taken a tumble. No, like the site. Yes, I fell in a location. Me too, yes. I took a tumble. I had a pail of water. Broke my crown. Oh my god. And then all is that you can't have a heart attack. Good lord. I would not survive. Oh my god. I might end up in an early grave at this rate, man. My heart is never ready for it. Do I want it to be brick? Yes, a bit of both. I think a bit of both. Oh, I don't have any stone brick made up. I don't have any stone brick. You know, maybe I just am a ghost streamer. That'd be sick. I feel like that'd be great. That'd be so much fun. Life would be so cool. It's bad for your heart? Do you, Napoleon? Cholesterol? Too much of it, I guess? Too much cholesterol is pretty bad. Monster event? No, that doesn't sound right. I think you got something confused there. I think you're a little confused. That doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure that stuff's like good for you. You know? It gives you wings. Monster and Red Bull combined as one object? Yes, mixed together. Yes, of course. How could I have been so blind? Oh, man. You don't want wings. I mean, maybe I do. It's a pretty solid band. I mean, you know, Live and Let Die and all that. Maybe that's why Red Bull's called what it's called. Maybe it's a Wings reference, you know? They're just referencing the hit Paul McCartney band Wings. I don't even know if any of you even know what Wings is. I don't know if any of you have even heard of this band before. I don't know if it's niche or not. I literally never know. I just had a parent who like loved the Beatles, and so I just knew about Paul McCartney's later projects. But like, I don't know if it's like a relevant thing that like people actually know about or not. Like, do you guys know what Wings? Like, have you heard of Wings as a band? Or do I sound like a crazy person? And you're like, what's Wings? Because like, I mean, their most famous song is probably like Live and Let Die. But I feel like I don't know if you guys would have like actually heard of it or not. You know what I mean? And put that away there, and then grab this, that. The only McCartney I know is Jesse. I guarantee you know who Paul McCartney is. That is like, you're just lying at this point. You're just fibbing if you're trying to tell me that you've never heard of Paul McCartney. Like, I genuinely wouldn't believe you. You especially. Like maybe if it was like a younger chatter member, sure, maybe. It's just not true coming from you though. Bop. I want wings whether my body could handle it or not. But do you, well, here's the question. What kind of wing, like if you guys could have wings, like genuine, like wing, like to fly with, would you want, how would you want them? Would you want them to be like the X-Men mutant angel type wings where it's like literal big white feathery wings out of your back? Or would you want them to be like under your arms? Like a, what do you call it? Like a bird. Like how, if you could control it, if you had a choice, you get wings, both will let you fly the same amount. Would you like them to be out of your back, or would you want them to be under your arms? I want them out of my back. Your back, obviously. Interesting. I don't know, man. Some people might be like down for like the bird wings, you know? Missing out is a perfect conversation for them. Is it? Well, then I'll have to inquire later with them as well. I did this and now I kind of hate it. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that one bit. In fact, I think it's the worst thing ever done in Minecraft. I think it's horrific. I think it's dog water. And you know, maybe a crime, actually. Maybe a crime. A little hard to say. No, hate that too. Also awful. Oh, what if I mix in a little bit? What if I mix in a little bit and I don't make this all the same? I'll mix in a bit, just a little bit of granite. A little granite never hurt nobody. A little party never hurt nobody. Little party never hurt nobody. I was watching The Great Gatsby the other day, by the way. Don't hate it. I don't like the tic-tac-toe I made, but I don't hate it. A little party never kill nobody. A little party never kill nobody. Oh, we got. Keep it bad. They like want wings / Jen. I mean, understand who does it? Like, genuinely, who is there anybody here who would not want wings? Like, if I gave you the option, you can have wings that can keep you in the air. You can now fly. I can think of only one reason why I wouldn't want them. I like genuinely only one reason I can think of why I would not want those. You know what I mean? Are they permanent? Can I make them appear, disappear? Sleepy would be that if I could. I mean, fair. That's true. I guess the question becomes, well, maybe you'd sleep differently if you had them. You know what I mean? You just have to, like, your bone structure probably have to change to support them. But no, I was gonna say, I guess corporeal wings is a third option as well. I got taken by the ring because I've been taken about. How my partner wants wings? MJ, be a better teammate. Also, no, the thing is not, it's not scared of heights. It's that I don't trust the U.S. government not to steal you away and experiment on you. Anyway, that's the only reason. That's like the downside that I could see. Just felt a bit dark to suggest, so I left it out. But then I was like, nah, it's kind of like a downside. Is that I just, you know, with anytime any conversation of superpowers ever happened, I've always been like, yeah. But unless you're Superman strong, like unless you're like strong enough that you could just not have to care, the government's gonna come grab you. Like they're gonna come. It has already happened in the past. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like they already do it when they're interested and want answers to things. So I'm like, I just don't trust it to not happen, or that I would be strong enough to prevent it from happening. Which is why, like I don't think Spider-Man could happen, because I think Spider-Man would be caught. You know what I mean? I can't imagine in the day of the NSA and everything like that, like Spider-Man ain't getting caught. You know what I mean? Yes, that's why you lost that round. No other reason. Maybe you're just a scrub. Good lord. Good god. Maybe you're just bad at the game. Ever think of that? Whoa. I don't know what voice this is. I mean, I do. I do, but I can't say. Bands together to make sure his secret identity is safe. I disagree with that scene. Would be caught by tracking his internet history. Miles knows to use a VPN. So true, King. So true. Peter Parker, like both Peter Parker and if you follow, my god, it's so awesome. Mellow Hello's Napoleon Spider-Man. My god, it's so cool. I know I sound so nerdy when I'm talking about it, but it's so genuinely cool to me. But yeah, so like no, he's done so, man. He got got. No, too thick. Too thick. Yeah, SpiderNap goes live accidentally on his actual social media, not like SpiderNap accidentally goes live on his actual social media as Spider-Man, and it's like, oh wait, and then switches over to his Spider-Man accounts. SpiderNap accidentally posts. No, we're not going there. Napper, no, please. Oh man. Fail horribly. You're giving me false hope. Listen. Everyone starts somewhere. You gotta start and fail, and then fail again, and then eventually it comes to. Lots of failure has to happen first before things can get going good. There's nothing wrong with the failure. Unsatisfactory join. Yo, welcome back, Shadoof. What does Spider-Man accidentally post? I'm dying to know. Oh, he just like, you know, he accidentally like. No, that's. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk. It's nothing. Wait a minute. It's nothing illicit. It's just embarrassing. Listen, I was. Middle school was a dark time. No, but no, it is nothing like that. No, good God, I was just saying middle school was a dark time and to make cringe posts sometimes. That's all. Good Lord. Good God, get your filthy, filthy minds. Get your minds out of the. Good God. In what world was I gonna say that? In what universe? None of them. Told you we were thinking more. Yeah, as soon as I saw the two of you go, huh? I was like, oh God, it's like floozies all over again. Oh my God. Just get. Yes, I want to be cool, MJ. I want to be cool. I don't need chatters being like, oh my God, he made sad boy posts at one point, and I'm like, oh God. It was not a throwaway though, so I don't think anybody who actually knows me ever saw it, so I'm fine. And you will never know what it was, even when if my identity's ever realized out to the public, you'll never know what it was. L to you, that is stayed hidden for the rest of my existence. That ain't never coming out. I was gonna refute that, MJ, and then I had to slurp because someone donated bits, chicken, and then I had to slurp my drink, and I went, oh. I scrubbed, cleaned, and deleted. Oh yeah, no, it was not even that. It was like an old snap. Anyway, it was just like it was just old, like back when Snapchat was new. Anyway, and like a sad Instagram. Now be lame with a radio voice. With a radio voice, sure. This can be a radio voice right here, because guess what, chatters? Anybody can be on the radio. I don't have to do anything with my voice. I think Ryan Reynolds said the same thing on a talk show. Ryan Reynolds had a sad boy Instagram when he was in middle school. Wasn't he in middle school in like the 80s? Isn't he like old? You're so sticky. Yeah, well, you know. L plus ratio. All right, sure thing. No, alt brand brown spark plugs, the only spark plug for you. Sure enough, I can keep myself in any voice that I so choose. And we'll see exactly how far I can go with what I want to do for what kind of voice you're looking for. It's unknown to me what will happen in the city as I develop the Ageless Empire. But remember, no matter what I do, it'll always come back to being a part of canon. Whether or not I have or have not finished David's house is part of canon. Whether or not I have or have not finished these things is all canonical. A water park. Wow. Not quite what I was referring to, but sure. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you referring to? I apologize, Totally Human. I do wish to know, though. I want to add a bit more detail onto the. It's too flat, but I'm not exactly sure what needs to be added to make this a more detailed build. I'm thinking walls, but the walls won't work perfectly there because it'll stay too. It'll connect those two in a way that I don't like. Perhaps wall chunks there? No, I don't quite like that either. I guess I could. Let me try something. Let me try something. And another thing. Let it be known, I, Napoleon VII, am so very poggers. I don't hate the look of that. That's decent-ish. It breaks it up a little bit. I like that a little bit. Yes, I think I shall keep on with that. Also, I miss Dave. Can we please see him? You're still cool, even if you say no, I guess. Mayhaps we can see Dave in a little bit, yes. In a while, we are worried. You shouldn't be worried about David. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, I don't think you can see David right now. I think he's out. Currently. We might have to wait till David finds time to return to the city. Matter of fact, we most assuredly will. Not canon. Not canon in the slightest. Maybe spruce or mangrove fences to connect the walls. Ooh, mangrove fencing could be good. That could work. See, the idea there, see, here's the thing, Pink, you gotta realize, have I ever actually canonized that the gods can take physical form? Have I said the gods can take on physical form in this world? Or perhaps something prevents them from doing so? Who knows? You know? Hard to say. Hi, Sam! Yeah, how you doing, buddy? That good, huh? That's good. Pat, 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 pat. Oh. Oh, I'm not saying it's not true, Pink. I'm not saying it's not. Don't worry. I'm just also not saying it is, you know? You know? Elliot? Buddy, dude, what are you doing, man? Where are you? I just heard you. What are you doing down here? Moss. Moss. I love moss. Give me your moss. Moss. Dave is so dead? Why would Dave be dead? In what way did I say Dave was dead? In no time did I tell you Dave was dead. Why would you think David is dead? Physically, I don't. Physically, he is there. Physically. Dave can have boundaries. Yeah, see, exactly. L to you, chicken. Oh no, looks like you have to watch longer to get more points back, L. Oh my god. Moist, majestic mint moss. Is panicked an accent? No! Point to me where they speak with a panicked accent. You tell me the location of where panicked is the accent. And this hasn't helped? Oh, come now. You don't need to be worried about David. He's fine. Just fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Never worry about a thing, chat. Never worry, chatters. Oh yeah, I'll just do that. Just do that, and then that. Yeah, I don't mind that look at least. That like gives it some structure, I guess. That's nice. That's not terrible. Yeah, I'll add a second story, I guess. That's yeah, a second story works. And ba ba ba. Ba ba and ba 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 ba. I fell. Panic is the action of the satyrs? No, it's not. The theater of the mind. Wherever Professor Panic is from. No. Prove it. Panic is our except where we can't see the villagers. L. What was the name of the radio demon? I can't remember now, and it's bothering me. I want to say Charlie, but that's the main character? The radio demon? I'm not sure what you mean off the top of my head. Me getting my teeth removed. Oh. 1, you and Dave are on the outs. 2, Dave is dead. We are neither on the outs, and Dave is not dead. Take it to the creepy temple. It is being kept there. No comment. Also, creepy? Creepy? It's not creepy. How dare you? It's lovely. It's a lovely temple. It's a lovely little spot. I think it's quaint. I think it's nice. It's lovely. It's a lovely little spot, and I won't have your bad mouth in it. No. It's lovely. Literally said that she's still there, but not there. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Bad vibe temple. It's not a bad vibe temple. Listen, you guys just don't like when I have space. That's all I've ever learned. That's all I've ever learned. You guys don't like when I have space. I get some space from you guys at the temple. It's quiet at the temple. But no. Me. L plus ratio, man. L plus ratio. I'm glad that we're getting the roadways actually done. Yeah, we can go talk to Soup. Why not? He's hanging out. He's chill. He's doing well. He's vibing. You know? You know what, MJ? You're right. We shouldn't go see Soup. You're so right, King. We just shouldn't. You're so right, King. You know, why should I give you guys such a thing? You've done nothing to deserve such. You've laughed at my misery. My God. I suppose. You know what? I'll be generous. I'm a benevolent ruler. I'm a great emperor. I think of my subjects and I think of my people. And I give them what they need. I give them what they need. So I'll see Soup. I'll see Soup. You can't eat my hard drive. That's illegal. I think it's illegal at least. Soup, buddy, pal, amigo, friend. How goes it? That good, huh? How's it been? Your place is still looking nice. Cramp's a strong word, I think. I think it's a bit of a misnomer. Well, you know, I don't think it's cramped. I mean, it's nice. Well, David's already had 2 stories when he moved in. Well, that's just poor planning on your part. What do you mean I built it? I didn't build the place. What? Yeah, exactly. I didn't. What do you mean? What is that? You are always so cryptic, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you built this place, dude. Like, well, I don't think I'm wrong. Anyway, listen, the people wanted to see you, you know? Oh. Interesting. I can expand it, yeah, sure. I'll put it on, yeah, I'll just put it on a list. It's just, it takes some time. Yeah, well, you know, it's just, you know, I gotta like figure out what to remodel, how I want to do it, you know. Well, you know. You're retired though. Well, yeah, sure, man. Monster Hunters, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I believe you. I do. I totally believe you. Okay. okay, sure, dude. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, yes, I believe you. Monster Hunter, absolutely. Seen things that I couldn't believe. I'm sure, yeah. What? Okay, well, I mean, I guess, sure. Well, I don't know where your badge is. I don't know that, cause Soup, I don't know that you ever had a badge. Oh. Well, is it even nighttime yet? Genuinely, is it actually? You go to bed when it's still day out? Soup, just listen. All right, you know what? I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out. Dude, it's like sunset and Mans is asleep. Mans is just straight up snoozing. That was weird, right? That was like he's, I don't know. Soup's he's kind of got an active imagination. I don't exactly understand what he means all the time. He seems really, I don't know, far off. You know, like sometimes how Jesus Christ. My God, it was Combar. No, it wasn't. It was Pink. Well, everybody, thanks for coming out to stream. It's been good. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope you have a simple, wonderful week. You know, I'm hopeful for you to all enjoy your time this week. You know, here's hoping that it all goes amazing, and you know, the like. Nothing to be worried about. It's no, I'm kidding. I'm not actually gonna end stream. Jesus Christ! I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Why? Oh, why? What do I do to you, man? No, he's not a god. Don't hype him up. This is not something to hype up. This is dastardly deeds. God, I hate it here. Forget all the lore nuggets you were about to get. You're all grounded. You're all grounded. L plus a ratio. SMH. Can't believe I almost gave out lore. What is this, Halloween? Good lord. Nah, I was pretty well done with it anyway. Don't worry. It's too late. You said needed to. Don't worry, you're not actually missing out on much. Did you beat Little Nightmares? I did on Monday and Friday. Nothing will change. No. Listen, it's fine. If I had serious lore plans, they would not be canceled from some jump scares. They might be, but you know, live in fear, but also probably would never be. But yeah, I beat that. Speaking of, I did, and I'm gonna keep it live just because I'm gonna mention it again today. currently in the Discord general chat, there is a sort of vote impromptu that I did after Friday's stream that was asking if you guys would like more variety, more Minecraft, or more Minecraft variety. So, you know, playing more on not just the hardcore world, but maybe some modded Minecraft, maybe some like MCC, like, you know, like that kind of stuff for some streams, or if you'd like more like Tekkit kind of stuff, or if maybe you'd like more of just variety of me playing other games in general. It's currently live. Currently, variety is winning, which is surprising to me. Just because, I don't know, I'm like, really? Like, it's just surprising me because like all I've ever really done has been Minecraft, so I'm just surprised that variety is winning out in the way that it is. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that live and then take that into consideration in the next coming little while as to kind of like how I'm gonna reorient content and what I'm gonna do for that, because I just think that's worthwhile to do, if that makes sense. I think that's a worthwhile thing to do in terms of figuring out what I want to do for content kind of going forward and the like, if that makes sense. But yeah. Oh, I know, I need to put this up here. Coal can go there. Also, sorry, I looked away. So speaking of lore, planks. Actually, do you have any request for Le Franart? Oh, I mean, not particularly. Like, anything you guys make is just genuinely astounding and wonderful to me. I mean, I love stuff that like is either lore based or stuff that's like, oh, really leans into the revolutionary France aesthetic, I guess, because I mean, it's just an aesthetic I like. I love the 1800s. I think like the 19th century is so cool to me. But just like, oh man, there was one, not art, but an idea suggested. I forget by what chatter, but it was like an idea of like Roman nap, and I was like, please. But you know what I mean? It's just like, I just enjoy it. Is it pinned? I don't see it in general. Oh, I see it. Yeah, so it's not pinned. It's just within. But I'll probably ping it again at the end of this stream just so people can vote, can know to vote. But where you go, Oh, wait, that's so sweet. Stream is fun regardless of game. Oh, so I'm glad to hear that, because I don't know, like, I enjoy that about like not to sound sappy or anything like that, but about like the kind of community that exists here is very oriented around the idea of in my mind of like a community rather than just simply the game that I play, because some streamers like are just known for the game that they play, and while I play mostly Minecraft, it does often feel like, I don't know, you guys, and maybe I didn't know if I was misreading or not, but it feels more often than not that you guys are just generally here for like the stream rather than the game, because I don't think I'm that good at I don't think I'm so cracked at Minecraft that like you're here for Minecraft, you know what I mean? But yeah, not to be dramatic or whatever, but Samwise Gamgee pales in comparison to my loyalty. Good lord. Every time you ask, the answer is always just, I enjoy your content, I'll watch. Sound sappy. No, I refuse. I've been spooked too many times today. No sap for any of you. No sap from Nap, it's just me. Wait, no, not the Wait a minute, that's a different guy. Wait a second. I think that's a different brand. That's a different streamer. Oh my god. Oh man, there was one piece of art actually, speaking of that, I was gonna mention from Pink that was very lore based. I think it's Nap exploring catacombs and stuff like that, sort of like
not
ruins.
Hydrated enough unless you've been waterboarded. No excuses.
Maybe one excuse, maybe an excuse. Oh my god. Oh, but no, it's genuine. Like it was such a cool piece. I love that piece. Like the guy, yes, Skeppy, exactly. You got it. Exactly, Skeppy, that's who I meant, nobody else. I meant Mumbo Jumbo. Good gracious, medicine. I meant Mumbo Jumbo. How'd you know? That's who I meant, nobody else. Who else could I be meeting? Stayed for the awesome, smart? Smart? Oh my god. Oh my god. Chatters. Y'all gonna make me blood. Oh my god. Shoot, gotta go buy naps. See you again. Have a good rest of the stream. Bye, Dragon Corn. Adios. I hope you have a wonderful week, my dude. I hope it is very pog. Oh my god. I take it back. No, you can't. You can't. You said it. It's out there now. L. Nap is smart. Pink 2022. You're being too nice. Tear him down. Tear him down now. No, I don't want that. I want more netherrack. More of a color. Wait, you called me a rep? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I saw chatty was the next thing, and I thought the next thing was gonna be derogatory. I thought the next thing was gonna tear me down, so I didn't read it. I was like, L, I'm only reading the nice bit. A Renaissance man, oh my god. I'm putting that on my resume. A chatter said I'm a Renaissance man. Are you proud of me? Me in an interview. Me applying for a credit loan. Can I have a student loan? A chatter said I was a Renaissance man. That means you should financially back me. Oh my god. Ow! Meanies! Well educated is a better descriptive of homunculus. Oh my god. You're such an idiot for a Renaissance man. Hey, did anybody actually say? Do you think? I don't think Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo were actually intelligent people. I bet they had like one brain cell between all of the Ninja Turtles. You know, I don't think any of the Ninja Turtles. Also, I don't know. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Oh my god, welcome. I hope your stream went well. I hope it was enjoyable. I gotta skedaddle. Good night, bye, Madison. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, dude. Bye. Depressed goose. Oh my god. What an iconic name. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, sweet Jesus. Get into soup. I mean, we have a villager named Soup. I don't think I'm allowed in there. He's busy. Oh my god. But welcome. I hope you're all doing well. It is hit. I know Pink wants to get MJ, please. Oh my god. Aye, Captain. I can hear you. Aye, Captain. Oh. Oh my god. Do not get in the veterinarian's suit without, because I meant in his home. He kicked me out. He kicked me out. Come on. Came back at a great time. Edward, no. Edward, you missed the talk about Edwardian and Victorian era ghosts. You missed the talk about fashion from the 19th century. Devastating time. Why? Truly an L, honestly. It's like your whole thing. It's your favorite thing. And then we'll do this. And then we'll grab that. We'll put that there. Don't like that being like that. Gonna grab that and move it down there. And then probably make this netherrack as well, because I just want a little spot that's got soul sand. I don't want too much to be soul sand. Why are you bringing the nether to the overworld? Oh, well, this is the public gardens of the city I'm building. And so I have one area that's a kind of flower forest. I built one to be like a desert. This one here is not finished yet, but will eventually kind of be like a crystal cave that you can walk through. You know how like at like zoos, there's like lizard caves and bat caves that you can walk through? Like the idea is kind of like that. And then for this other section of the garden, I was like, you know, it might be cool to have kind of like a nether type like section, and I'll put glass all around it so it's contained, you know? Not that bothered. Oh, Edward, please. But yeah, he's an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I'm so cool and poggers and smart. What do you mean? Listen, I'm a genius. Pink said it themselves. A very peaceful garden, except for the, you know, tranquil, walk through the crystals, a nice desert vignette. Hell, these things, they go together. These things, you know, they're all alike in some ways. The desert is hot. The nether is hot. I'm hot. Oh. The oh my god. Come to the Horror Times PTSD episode of Adventure. Well, you know, the nether is peaceful. Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. Wait, what? How? I'm in the overworld. I'm not even in the... Why'd I turn and hit, like, as though I'm gonna hit back a bolt? Why'd I spun and insta-clicked as though I was like, I know it's coming for me. That ghast, I knew he was always coming for me. He's been breathing down my neck for the last 30 years. I knew he was gonna try me. Thought he caught me lacking. Oh my god. Yo, Stabza, what up, dude? How do? What's up, you dude? Oh, actually, I'm not gonna finish that intro. This is my... Oh my god. Hello. It's been coming for you. Says it like the snail on TikTok. Like the snail on Rooster Teeth. A man of culture would say Rooster Teeth. Or unless we're not meant to say that anymore, because I don't know, I guess they kind of imploded as a company. I don't know if they like, are they just gone now? Like, I didn't follow up. I just know that like bad things went down with them, and I just kind of was like, oh, that's sad, and I don't really want to remember them this way. So I was like, I'm just gonna you know. Amanda Coulter would not say that. Why not? That's where it came from. It came from their podcast. The snail came from their podcast. That's just true. They're not gone, they're just moving on from the... Oh, so they're just limping through the death rolls. Okay, cool. I'm sure that's gonna go great for them and they'll reclaim their former glory any day now. Where would teeth go on a rooster? In its beak. The doy. Oh, man. Oh, I wanted soul sand. That's what I was looking for. They still exist and make stuff. I mean, yeah, I just know they went through a big scandal recently and a bunch of people left the company after other scandals from previously. Honestly, I don't know if there's still room for them in the landscape of the world as it is today. I don't really have strong opinions on Rooster Teeth one way or the other. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, yeah, they're there. They haven't exactly been relevant in a long time. The last time they were kind of relevant was like in the days of like the height of Cow Chop, which that is also, I mean, both gone, but also wouldn't work in today's climate, we'll say. I'm not saying it should have worked in the time it did. I'm just saying the types of jokes that like got those channels big are not exactly PC, we'll say. Take from that what you will. Some were accepted, some were not. Twitlongers and notepads, a boy. The last podcast that has been paused is back this week. I think some people it seemed genuine. I did I cursory glanced at some of their things, but it's not so far as I'm aware, because I don't know enough about it to really comment on it. I feel like I heard there's two people who two figures who are big names at the company kind of thing, who are like EO Pog, and then one of the original people, Gus, because he just never put himself in a position of power, nor did he want it, and he never wanted to be a CEO. He always wanted to be talent, so it's just kind of like, I don't think he had to apologize, or maybe I'm wrong, I have no idea. But I think he got out relatively unscathed, and then the slow-mo guy, the British slow-mo guy, Gavin, I think's the name. Yes, I'm like 99% sure that's the name. And Blake? Is it a Blake? Anyway, I digress. But I'm pretty sure those are the ones who, like, the internet, from what I could tell, was like, yeah, it's fine, it's good, they apologize, life is good now. And I was like, okay. And I'll grab this and put that there, and then like that. What would netherrack taste like? Probably just compounded sulfur. Like it would probably taste the way that rock would taste. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a sulfur rock, so far as like, maybe it'll taste salty, I guess. Not good, I don't think. I don't think it would taste good. Or maybe a little fungal, I guess. I don't know. From Achievement Hunter was accepted, Gavin's was ignored, and Geoff's was rejected. When you say ignored, how does that work? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by ignored? Isn't that the kind of thing that's either like accepted or rejected? Like, isn't that the kind of thing where it's like either yes, it works and people believe your apology, or they don't and it did not? Oh, sorry. Yes, his name's Jeff, and I've always read it and said it as Geoff, because as a kid I read it as Geoff, and then I was just like, yeah, that's his name. Apologies, but I had just always read it that way, man. But there's a larger issue to everything overall, and not just her individuals. They have scandals after scandal, lost their reps as a chill left media company as a whole. Yeah, that tracks. That's about what I understand happened, kind of thing. They began the descent with one of the Funhouse guys, and then also one of their guys as well. I think the netherrack is very iron rich rock, so it tastes probably bloody stone. Oh, apologies were sort of bad. Oh, well, were they very like YouTuber apology, very like, I'm sorry that you felt offended, I'm sorry that you took it that way? Was it like that kind of a way? Because those apologies suck. That's like 101 what not to do. Unless you don't actually mean it, in which case I guess it's 101 of what to do. Oh, I see what you're saying. She just never replied to that one. Okay. They just forgot his existence. I mean, isn't he still kind of like a big part of that company? I feel like he's like one of the original people of that company. I could be wrong in that, but like I feel like he's kind of relatively important. I could be wrong. I think that is an airy stone too, so is spongy sort of rock. Ooh, he's somewhat like a dense cake, a dense blood cake. Awesome. The British will love this. Somebody call them. They like eating blood. What do you want from me? They enjoy it. Mika Burton. Oh, was she in a scandal? That's sad. I liked Mika Burton. That's a shame. I didn't know that she had a scandal. Have a good night, Nat. Bye, Shadoof. I hope you have a wonderful week, dude. It's been great having you, man. For a few years ago, the latest is already a lot. Understandable. Yep. Always seen it as a compressed dried rack, a hard hunk of flesh. Oh my god. More on his personal channel. Oh, interesting. So he's just not really been involved with Rooster Teeth for a while. See, I like the last time I ever heard and or cared about Rooster Teeth was like when they acquired the creatures and then the creatures died, and I was like, oh. And I just never really like, it was like I was too young coming to YouTube to like that sounds stupid. No, I just mean like Red versus Blue is way before my time, and just like what was already on YouTube when I got to it was, in my opinion, better than Red versus Blue. So I was like, why this is not really relevant to me. Because like the first time I was coming to YouTube was like in 2011 and 12. Like I was like, oh cool, what's this site? So I'm just kind of like not familiar with those old, like, and they had a web page too. They were like early Machinima, or were they like, they were around the time of that. So like I'm aware of some of the history, but you know what I mean? Only with Rooster Teeth for Red versus Blue. Yeah, and I know they also had like the whole point of it's Michael somebody. He just yells a lot. He was Achievement Hunter, and like he had a whole series about how he just rage about Machinima below. Oh yeah, true. Machinima, like Margaret Thatcher, can rot. Anyway, but yeah, it's just kind of like their content never really spoke to me that way. So I was just kind of like, I don't know who these people are. They're kind of Rage Quit. That's what it died years ago. He's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, I imagine that would have taken like years off of his voice. Like the amount of yelling he did. Like, don't get me wrong, some of it I think I remember finding funny as a little kid, but I just, in general, I never found them to be that interesting of a company. I do remember their main guy, Bernie Burns. He was on, oh, what's it called? It's like a Survivor type show. He was on like a Survivor type show with Logan Paul and Tyler Oakley. I feel like I remember that happening, and that's not just a fever dream. Was it called The Amazing Race? Was that what it was called? That's what's coming to mind. I feel like that existed, and there was Bernie Burns on it with like his spouse, question mark? Familiar? Yeah, because I feel like that was the last time like that was the beginning of Logan Paul's relevance outside of Vine, and the beginning of the decline of like the people like Tyler Oakley, who would no longer have been doing, you know, red carpet celebrity interviews anymore. He was on a downward decline, and it was the beginning of the incline of people like Logan Paul and the Vine generation. Because I think Logan Paul even it was before Jake Paul was a thing, because it was Logan Paul and like his mom. I'm like 90% sure it was him and his mom doing it. Like, I think they did the show. Bernie left a while ago on his own project. Some people say he jumped ship before things went bad. Some think he jumped because he was bad. I mean, I have no idea. I just know he exists. And that he has a Tesla or something. I think he got it wrapped or something. I just remember seeing like a YouTube video trending on that. I don't really have soul sand, so I'm gonna... Oh, I meant to grab netherrack. I'm an idiot. Including watching their progress now. I regret it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. I think, I don't know, it's difficult. That kind of stuff, just especially as like the last decade has really shown, like it's hard to have, for lack of a better word, heroes in that way, or like be attached to media like that. But at the same time, I don't know. It's very complicated. I don't have an answer. I don't know if it's possible to still enjoy those things. I mean, I think it's a case-by-case basis, obviously. Like some scandals are not as bad as others, and some are so bad that you're like, I can't. Like, obviously, I don't think anybody can really listen to like Bill Cosby probably anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's probably just a tainted image. Or like the dude from the Try Guys, because his whole image was that he was like the wife guy. So it's like he did like relationship help books. So if like, I don't know what his brand is gonna be anymore. Like, I don't know how his brand recovers. Yeah, I don't know how his brand recovers. Because that was the brand. Joined the gay teen forum I was on, and I got bullied. Oh! Ouch! Why? Feeds off twisted, tortured souls trapped in the soul. Good lord! I don't think you need to regret the scandals are very against what their image was, and I'm sure some people there are good. I'm just stopping moving forward. See, yeah, I think that is a way to do things like that. I don't know, like it's complicated in the same way that like I still like the movie Baby Driver. The movie Baby Driver is fantastic. It's got phenomenal acting. It is really well shot. It's got gorgeous sound design and the like. But obviously it also has, you know, Kevin Spacey. So it's got a thing hanging over it. But at the same time, it's hard to say that I don't like that movie now. Like it's not, I don't think it can change. Oh, well, like Harry Potter, that gets into complications because the person still financially benefits, and that adds a whole layer, and I don't want to get into that. How to ruin your brand, God, good lord. That's kind of really messed up, by the way, Edward. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of sad and really messed up, given that like I thought he was meant to be like a, for lack of a better word, champion and that kind of thing. I thought that was like his whole brand. So that's too bad to hear. You know what I mean? Like that's just it's sad. Oh, I fell. And no, go back. No, don't be on your side. What do you think this is? And then we're gonna switch to some of this stuff. Ah! I need to get some. What's it called? Lycelium? Is that Is that what has? That's what allows these things to properly grow, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. I can't finish this until I get that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I could plant it here. Okay, I can't plant it on Netherrack. Huh. Scandal didn't hit me as hard as the last one. I don't watch old content anymore, but I'll still look at what they do now. But again, I don't want to. I did like one of the people they did because I used to get some video game news from them. I liked what was his name? Oh wait, did he have a scandal? The John Reisinger? Reisinger? He seemed cool. He seemed funny. And one of the Funhouse people left eventually. Alana. Anyway, she went and she is actually a writer for God of War, for the most recent one coming out this Wednesday. She ended up getting a job doing that, which friggin' awesome for her. Scandals are bad, but I don't watch anything Rooster Teeth anymore, but I have personal reasons involving a really toxic fandom group. Ruby, I legit want to throw up. I'm so sorry to hear that. I don't know, I always, like, to me, that's always the most gut-wrenching thing, is when, like things that you are a fan of have this happen, just because it's like, especially if depending on the age you are when you are a fan, because it's just such an impactful thing, I'm sure, for your life at that time, that it's just it's really vile how it can be corrupted in that way afterwards, and loses it gets tarnished, I guess, is the way to describe it. And I think it's just a real shame. Not that it's obviously anybody's fault, and I can totally understand the reasoning for like why, but I just feel like I don't feel bad for, like, it's not I'm sorry to you, it's I'm sorry like for, like, oh, that sucks, I'm sorry to hear that. Bone meal the mushroom, I feel like you can't. I feel like it has to be, or like you can, but it has to be on mycelium, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it can actually, like, I can't plant it on Netherrack. I can plant it here, but I don't think it actually bone meals on grass. It has to be on mycelium or whatever the one is. Whatever it's called. It is wild, by the way. How many of you have ever seen that voice? You see, you know what's interesting to me? So, because YouTube in its early days, obviously, the life cycle of creators wasn't known yet, for lack of a better word. The life cycle of creators wasn't really known. And so it's very wild to me to see, for those who know or remember, there was the White House in the Obama administration invited a bunch of YouTubers to the White House to talk as like a sort of like, you know, at the time net neutrality was a big issue, and then also it was like, let's discuss, like, you know, getting youth involved in things and youth outreach and all these other things. And there's a photo with like all these creators and Obama in the Oval Office as a big photo. But when you look at it today, the creators, I know a lot of their channel, like, it's Epic Rap Battles of History is there, Hannah Hart, Grace Helbig, I think Jenna Marbles is there, Barely Political, who did like the Key of Awesome, is there, Tyler Oakley is there, I'm trying to remember who else. Vsauce is there, and obviously Vsauce is still relevant. Hanna-Barbera, yeah, the anime. I hope she's doing well. Yeah, I hope she is too. It's a real shame what happened there. The Fine brothers were there as well. Oh my god, I want to see this. I want to bring up this image. 1 second. YouTuber White House. Images. Come on, where is it? Visit. How is this not coming up immediately? does not. Okay, there we go. I just searched one of the creator names. Yeah, like one of these actual like genuine creators that I'm looking at here. I'm pretty sure he was only famous because like his whole shtick. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure his whole shtick was that he looked like he did an Obama impression. Because I think he was used in one of the epic rap battles for his Obama impression. Oh man. Yeah, like none of these people are relevant anymore. I think the only relevant people is Vsauce. I think the only person that's relevant is Vsauce. Cause yeah, there's nice. I mean, I think Epic Rap Battle still does things occasionally. They're just not commonly. I was gonna bring it up, but I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if it's really is relevant anymore. I think it like the meme keeps him alive, like in the sense of like, hi, Vsauce. It's just niche now. The meme keeps him alive. He still has a YouTube series, I think. And I think, well, let's find out because he still uploads. Vsauce. What's the view count on the most recent video? His most recent video is 3 months old, but it's 10 million views, 14 million, 7.8 million, and only 18 million subscribers total. And I think Mindfield's still straight. Like, I think he does, for lack of a better word, I think what Vsauce does now is very similar to what because there's also 2 other channels as well that I think still do stuff, but I think they're quite similar to what what's his name? He's in MCC, the upcoming MCC, Joey Garcefa. I think they're very much like what he does. I've not heard that meme at all. You've not heard the meme of like, oh, like in a lot of time. Oh, I still occasionally see it, like not constantly, but like I still hear the Vsauce intro music on occasion, even on TikTok. Yeah, there's just a lot more people on YouTube. Yeah, but also, no, but like Joey Garcefa, he still constantly gets renewed with his YouTube series, like his YouTube original series, for gaming. Yeah, now he does gaming content more than his. I think he was a vlogger originally. I could be wrong on that. I think he was like vlogger, along like side Tyler Oakley and them, like during that same period of like the Zoellas and the Tyler Oakley, Connor Franta. And then now he still does and gets renewed for his like murder mystery show. Back in the day I watched him then. Yeah. Wait, oh, he was on Empires? Oh my god. Good for him. Cause yeah, that's the thing. I think he still has relevancy and like is still considered a solid bid by YouTube. But it's just interesting when you think about like culturally speaking, because he still get like billboards are still put up of him in LA, and like in New York you'll still see like billboards and stuff like that, and then also in San Francisco there's billboards with that stuff. It's like in major cities they still have billboards. Not this again. Oh my god. He's in this actually he's in this weekend's MCC. Fun fact to those who care that MCC's this weekend. I know we've gotten on a really niche topic for the end of stream here, just while we've been kind of discussing the history of YouTube, which is just, I could go on about it forever. I love that as a topic. I find it very interesting. I think in part because I came to YouTube so late, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm coming to YouTube later than even like a lot of my friends kind of thing. And so I just find getting to explore its ups and downs so interesting, because I didn't ever get to, I never experienced I think it came to YouTube at a greater. I got onto YouTube at the time when YouTubers existed, but barely existed. You know what I mean? Like, it was still a weird thing to explain. You still kind of, I think, had to explain it to people, but it was starting to be a known thing. Like, I got on 2011, 12 kind of period. That's when I started to get to like that's when I got onto YouTube, I'm pretty sure. But I never knew the YouTube of like, oh, look at this silly video. You know what I mean? Like I never Fred was over by the time that I was there. Like Fred was gone, the Annoying Orange had signed a TV deal. Like that stuff was all gone by the time I actually got onto YouTube. It was like there in bits, but like Fred was like on iCarly, and that's how I first heard of Fred. But then when I was on, like the people who were big at that point, gaming was starting to take off, like beginning to become a thing, and gaming channels became like bigger, and then there was like vloggers and collaboration. I don't think collaboration's as big anymore. I don't watch vloggers, to be honest, so I can't really say. I'm talking out of thin air here, but ruined our life. Honestly, yeah. Vivo and late night shows showed up. I showed up right when YouTube rewinds were kind of at that peak. You know what I mean? Where like random kid like recitals could still go viral on the platform, I think, but like that was the last year. Like I joined in the last year of that being in the top 10 of YouTube, like random videos going viral, to be in the top 10 viewed videos of the year. Ain't that big, I think. Collabs used to be the way to get started. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's wild to think that people like the musician Troye Sivan comes from YouTube, which is so interesting to me. Mamas with hats. Well, because that's the other thing. Animation got killed on YouTube. I mean, not killed. Like it's still there, and it's kind of better, I think now. Not better than it was, but I mean, like got better than it had been in a brief period. But it was really hard to be an animator on YouTube for a while. A lot of animators just like packed up and went and moved along because it was like, there's not a way to do this. There's not a way to monetize it in the way that you can monetize other things. But yeah, I was on right before like the I was on in the years before the adpocalypse stuff and like crackdown of that. It is interesting. It's an interesting time for YouTube. But my point, I guess, with that is it's interesting to now look at a photo of who was such a sure bet, like such a like we can have outreach with this. Let's have them meet the president at the Oval Office and have a meeting with them, meaning like we're discussing as though they're going to influence people, like as though this is such a sure bet that we can do policy through these people. And like none of them are relevant now. Less than, or I guess a decade later probably, or no, less than, because it was in his second term, which is post 2012. So like less than a decade later, none of them are relevant. Or not, I don't want to say that, that's mean, and not exactly true for any of them, but you know what I mean? Like they're not the height that they were. And there's nothing wrong, there was also nothing wrong with that. That's kind of how the internet works. But anyway, I digress. I feel like I'm on a weird topic at this point. I feel like I'm just talking with a friend. Like I feel like I'm just rambling to you about something that I'm interested in, and everyone's like, "Huh? Sure thing, Nap. Yeah, you got it, buddy." I feel like you guys don't understand, man. YouTube, man. You guys are over here like, yeah. Play block game. Sure thing. You got it, boss. Oh, good gravy. Oh, but yeah, mind self-indulgence, gateway bed, that Nickelback. Interesting. Remember, Hannah Hart was for youth outreach after becoming popular from a series on Yes, that is also. Well, and also if you go back and watch the Key of Awesome thing, those that's what's also wild. The Key of Awesome is where Vsauce, Michael from Vsauce comes from. His first things on YouTube being big and known was as playing a bearded nun. The joke, I guess, being that it's a nun with a beard. That was the joke. They were better than, say, a Bart Baker. Bart Baker, who eventually sold himself out to China and became a I'm not even conspiracy theory in it. Like he went and joined the Chinese government's version of YouTube, and it's a whole thing. It's deep dive that if you want. I'm not gonna get into it. I probably just got shadow banned off TikTok. They're probably listening and I probably just got obliterated. But anyway, people like Bart Baker and the parody people like that, they're gone. This is mindless something. What's the best parody videos of all time? That Totem is a winged villager and not a T-posing one. Oh my god. Also, I find it around interesting even if I can't add much to it. Oh, I never feel like you need to. I hope it is interesting. It's something that interests me is all, and so I hope that can be interesting for you. But yeah, like the Key of Awesome, like those kind of parodies. I think their earliest parody is literally an Icon has cheeseburger meme, which is insane. And then their later like they deal with stuff that would not fly on YouTube today. It's not good. But anyway, like, yeah, there's so much that's like hit or miss, and same with some of the epic rap battles. Oh my god, what was allowed on YouTube? Oh my god, it is a different landscape. You would be banned. It's just less relevant now. How so? Like, you feel like the Key of Awesome packed up. They're gone. They don't even make content. Like they were like the guy who made it, he retired. I know he retired. Like his channel still exists, but he's retired. Epic Rap Battle's very much retired from content as well. I think they occasionally still make stuff, but I know they took a 2-year period off, and I think they came back for a few, and I don't know if they're still doing it now. Actually, let's find out. Oh, yeah, they literally uploaded 12 days ago. Okay. I guess they did come back. I didn't know they came back. I knew they took a 2-year period off, but yeah. Oh, now they're sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Cool. Good for them. What the? There is no shot they made Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer. There is no shot that I'm looking at a video called Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer, epic rap battles of history. They made Thanos rap battle the man who invented the nuclear bomb? Is that to be my understanding here? That's who they had rap battle against each other? Okay. Sure. Why not, man? Why not? Good lord. In the last 4 hours, my friend is telling you the popcorn. Oh, probably it's Elon Musk. Dude's tanking that thing fast. A lot of the vloggers still make stuff, I believe. Well, see, a lot of them also retired, though. I mean, Joe Sugg, I think, who's Zoella's brother, still makes some stuff. I think Alfie Day's retired after, I think, a scandal about him being a Tory. Troye Sivan doesn't really make YouTube stuff anymore. He's a musician. I think Connor Franta still makes stuff. Marcus Butler retired. Hannah Hart does still make stuff. Rarely, I think. I don't know. I mean, Dustin and Win, oh my god. That's so on brand. It really is. It's just, I mean, it's on brand for, like, they also made Darth Vader versus, well, you know, so, like. Oh my god. Like, some of them, I guess, make sense. When you're like John Wick versus John Rambo versus John McClane, I can see the through line there. You know what I mean? Or I could understand Ronald McDonald versus the Burger King. I mean, Freddy Krueger versus Wolverine's a bit of a reach, I'm not gonna lie. Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder is a bit of a... Ash Ketchum versus Charles Darwin? What? Excuse me? What? You know, evolution, I guess, is the through line that What a brand. What a brand they made. Connor's still around. I still watch him. Yeah, I still follow him on Twitter. I used to really like his coffee brand and his music brand. That's how I first found him. Actually, he had a brand called Common Culture, and I really liked his selection of musicians. I don't know if he still does that. I haven't heard anything from that in a while, but that's how I first found him. I think I still follow him. I'm pretty sure. Cause yeah, I rediscovered, cause yeah, he started Twitch he was on Twitch for the pandemic. I don't think he streams anymore, but he was on Twitch. Oh my God. That's insane to me. What's insane to you? That he was on Twitch, or that I know who he is, or that he's still around and makes things, or what? Like, these people are just... Who made it? Yeah. I mean, a lot of them retired and got into real estate. Like, that's the thing. A lot of them, as their channel declined, just got into real estate with the money they had. And then real estate, if you're a landlord, I mean, you can abuse a system. You know what I mean? You'll forget all of it. I literally don't think I could. It's been a year of my life. You think I'm gonna forget? I mean, I'm very sweet of you to say that will happen. I don't know about that one, Chief, but you know, I don't know. All in all, though, I'm happy with where I am. I enjoy the community that exists. I think it's very fun. I think it's very like tight knit and close. I like it's in a way that's like fun. It's enjoyable. I enjoy it a lot. He needs him. Exactly. You think I'm giving up on that? And Utter Silence and Solitude. Not terribly long. I think it affects you. Twitch comment full cosplay just showed Slurpee. Oh my God. I'll just be walking through. I'll be like trying to like have a serious conversation, trying to like clean up the brand from behind. I'll just hear Slurpee. I'll like run off the stage. I'm like, I gotta go. I can't be here. I just start booking it. I just start running. Oh man. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, no, it's interesting thing. It's the same way like with Troye Sivan. It's like there's tons of people who know him as a musician. I'm sure most people would know him as a musician at this point. He hasn't been a YouTuber since what, 2014? I think that's when he started. He was at VidCon when he showed off, I think, his first album. You know what I mean? Like his EP was shown off at VidCon, which VidCon was started by the Vlog Brothers. VidCon was started by Hank and John Green, and that's wild to me. The only level I need is doing that. Good Lord. Anyway, chat, that's, you know what, we're just gonna wrap it up there, because we're kind of just, the last 20 minutes of stream kind of became a just chatting stream. As I just talked about things that interest me. Rip in peace. Just hit him with a water bottle, then slurp it in front of, oh great, awesome. I'll have things thrown at me. Oh man, we love chatting. Oh, that's good, because I like doing it. I always feel like I'm not doing good content, if that makes sense. I'm always like, hey, I don't know if this is good. I should probably be doing something in Minecraft. But I like to just get to talk to you guys sometimes. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll see if something else could maybe possibly show up this week. We'll see. I'm not gonna promise anything. Potentially apologies in advance to certain people. But you know, host with a Minecraft studio set. Oh, I should. Oh my God. But anyway, I do hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you come next time. All right, I'll at the very least see you on Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful week, chat. Bye, chat. Bye, chatters. Bye, chat. Bye, chat. Bye. Fine. Edward said no stream Wednesday. Okay. Blame Edward.